Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And at top of the morning to you, it's 6:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with, of course, yours truly, Evan and Bonnie.
Everyone's looking great. Nice and sexy.
That's right. We always like to look nice and sexy.
I like your free-flowing format.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you like that.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
I don't know if you can smell what The Rock is cooking, but I could definitely smell what Bonnie is cooking because, man, Bonnie cooked up a feast this morning. And, Bonnie, I don't know what to say. You outdid yourself.
Thank you, Evan.
Wow.
And you know it's good because it's hot and fresh right out of the oven.
It is. It is. And right, speaking of hot and fresh, it's your hot and fresh boyfriend, Gary, is here in studio with us.
Good morning.
What's happening there, buddy?
Doing all right. How you doing?
I am glad you're here with us. Finally, after a whole year, I coaxed you in here.
Yes.
It's early, too.
You made it. You've made it to the big time. Welcome in.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Get close to that microphone. It don't bite.
Thank you.
Yeah. If I put food on it, I guarantee you'll get close to it.
Been talking about it like till 6 o'clock last night, maybe 7 o'clock. I don't know, when did I text you? I wanted to make sure it was official that Gary was going to come with me because I know, like, from 1 hour to the next, he's apt to change his mind.
Now, this is the first for you, Bonnie, because you've never had Gary come in and co-host with you ever when you've been on radio in your career, right?
She did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he did with Mike a couple of times, and he did with G, and I think when Paul was with G, too.
Oh, wow, okay.
So
he's a radio regular.
Fort Pierce.
He's not a radio virgin. Okay. All right, just want to make sure.
And we brought some hot food into G and the staff and Cliff, everybody over there when the hurricane had come in. When the hurricane was coming, and they had to spend the night there.
Okay.
Burned down some pizzas.
Pizzas,
all right.
yes.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Well, Gary, welcome into the show. I'm glad you're here with us.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
We've locked the door, so you can't leave now. You're stuck for 3 hours. You're not going anywhere.
Bonnie drove.
That's fine. You're really stuck unless you take an Uber or Lyft home.
He thinks that the time was going to go so slowly. You know.
Oh, no, it goes quick.
Complaining already.
3 hours
4.
like that, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
it goes by. Before you know it, you'll be out the door at 9, ready to go.
I was telling him.
Nap time.
Nap time? What the heck are you talking about, nap time?
Still dark
Come
outside.
on, you're 20 years my younger at least. Come on, nap time, please. Jeez. So for those of you that don't know, Gary is Bonnie's better half, left and right, of course. And he is the dad to Topanga and Jaden, who we also talk about on the program. 2 beautiful kids, a daughter and a son.
Thank you.
And, we always talk about our families. We're very transparent on this show. So we share our lives with everybody, both good and bad. So my question to the two of you, and I've never asked this question before, and I figured let's just get the dirty laundry out of the way. Okay, what the heck were you thinking when you let her pose like that in that picture on Facebook?
I told her she was gonna. I told her she'd be on the radio. I knew this would be on the show. I warned her. She can do what she wants. Do what you want.
I know, and you know what I told him?
Does
Evan?
she clean like that at the house all the time, dressed like that?
She don't know how to clean. That's why she dresses like that. I do the cleaning.
But, yeah, I told him, Evan, I said, it's not going to be on the radio because Evan's going to be appalled by the picture.
Oh, no, we weren't appalled. Trust
Evan
me.
is a religious man.
Of course I'm religious, but when you put the puppies out there, well, you know what? The religion just goes out the window for 5 minutes. My gosh.
Gary, he put it up there yesterday, and we both started laughing at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was like
giggling.
real. It was here. Wait, let me find it again. Hold on, let me grab it here.
It is kind of funny when
it's not funny.
It's
though.
like I'm looking in you straight in the eye, and then it kind of grabs your attention, and then you just kind of like pan down a little bit, and people are like, "Oh my!"
There she is in all her glory, right there.
There you go.
We can just leave that up there for the rest of the show, right? There it is.
I gotta still send you the G-rated one, so that
maybe you should start a cleaning service like that. Bonnie's cleaning service.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Bonnie's Babes. And
Right, Bonnie's Babes. Bonnie's Cleaning Babes. What do you
Cleaning
think, Gary?
Babes.
You know?
What's the guy?
What guy? A comedian or?
No, the guy who calls all the time. The guy who has all those services. What's his name?
Oh, Fredo.
Fredo. You're gonna
yeah.
put Fredo out of business.
Yeah. You can't be doing that. You put Fredo out of business, for God's sakes.
Well, anybody that opens their business against Fredo's business is going to put him out of business because
Yeah.
he tries to cover so many.
That's
The
true.
guy's wearing too many gloves and stockings.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll call the show later. Who knows?
I know.
He'll probably call to bust Gary's chops, I'm sure. So, speaking of Gary, I want to know, how did you guys meet? Because I've never known this story before. No, I never really did ask.
What's the true story we were going to tell?
the true
The
story?
true story.
Oh,
You can't tell a lie.
Where do we meet?
We met in France, right?
Yeah,
we met
yeah, yeah.
France.
in Paris.
Yeah,
Gay
yeah.
Paris?
Paris.
She's the only one who spoke English over there, so
Okay.
we kind of hooked up.
Okay.
We met in a bar.
Did you guys really?
Yeah.
You met in a bar?
Yeah, Neely's.
I went out to the pub one night.
Okay.
I went out to the pub because it was a Tuesday night and I was
Okay.
feeling oh so bored.
Okay.
So I put on a little mini skirt and
A mini skirt? Did you wear a top like that in the picture, too?
No.
Okay. All right, so you
Heck
had
no.
you had a mini skirt on, a nice blouse.
She was staring at me from across the bar. She had the
Okay.
biggest eyes, and I was like, what's this girl staring at, you know?
Okay.
And I drank a little too much, so I put my head down. And then when I got back up, she's sitting right next to me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's really how it happened.
So then we started kissing, you know.
At
And
the
then-
bar on the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Well, we didn't do nothing else, just kissing. But then
Okay.
we came out.
I thought you said this guy was shy, Bonnie.
Well, not
Wow.
when I'm drinking.
Okay.
Okay, anyways.
All right.
So we're making
She's
out in the
turning
parking
so
lot.
red right now.
And we went up against a car. I thought it was her car.
Uh-huh.
And we're making out on the car, and the guy opens his window and says, hey, get off my car.
Oh, my.
And then so she gave me a ride
Well,
home.
we weren't making out. It was just a little kiss.
Yeah, just a
you know,
little
it was
kiss,
just
yeah.
a kiss.
That's all.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
Yeah.
Kiss is just
Y'all were sucking face.
Yeah.
All right.
He
there
considers me his rose. Like,
Aw.
if you ever watch
you go.
Three
Just
and a
don't
Half
be a
Men.
thorn in
Oh,
his
yeah,
side,
yeah,
though.
yeah. She's the stalker.
There's
Okay.
there's this girl named Rose on the show of Three and a Half Men, and
Two and a
Half
she's
Men.
2.5 Men, and
Okay.
she's always stalking Charlie
All right.
Sheen. She's like the neighbor, but
Okay.
she's always over there, and she's always stalking him.
So
and
you were checking him out at the bar. You were looking at Gary from across the bar as you're enjoying your adult beverage.
and get this, his nephew is there,
Right.
So, like, the nephew leaves, thinking that I might go for the nephew, and the nephew wants to make sure I go for Gary.
Because my
Oh, wow.
nephew's 20 years younger. He
Okay.
was driving for me. He didn't
Okay.
drink
Oh, so you
because
had
I
a
don't
DD.
drink and
You had a
drive.
DD. Okay.
And I was meeting a different girl earlier before I met Bonnie.
Okay.
And my nephew kind of got in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So he was getting out of the way, you know.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
How else do you say that?
And as handsome as his nephew is, I didn't even see the nephew because
Okay.
too young for me.
Okay.
Way too young, that boy.
Okay.
You know,
So
I didn't even
Gary's
see
Gary's
him.
across the bar. You're on one side. He puts his head down. You decide to walk over and sit down, hoping that he would notice you sitting right next to him. He lifts his head up, and there's this beautiful young lady, and Gary's like, Calgon, take me away. He's ready to go.
And he was the man of the century too, because he had his laptop. I mean, he's a man of technology.
You had your laptop at
my,
the bar?
My
You did.
iPad.
or
Or
your
the iPad at the bar? Okay.
Yeah, that was stupid. But yeah, I did.
Well, no. Why would it be stupid? You're
Oh.
working and having an adult beverage.
So instead of putting my name and phone number on a napkin,
or-
he put it right in his iPad.
Okay, that's
was-
smart.
Is that what happened?
That's
Yeah.
a smart move.
It's a-
That or he was on Tinder trying to swipe left or right, one of the two. But he didn't need to swipe no more because Bonnie was right there in front of him. My gosh.
Yeah.
So then the rest is history. Y'all started dating.
And we broke up a couple times, you know,
Okay.
because I was just newly divorced. I didn't really want to be in a relationship.
You know, that's kind of like with me when I met Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I met Rachel, I was raising three of my four kids as a single father,
Right.
as a custodial father. And it's strange how I met Rachel. She was working in a beeper store. And I walked into the
Beepers?
Yes,
Selling
beepers.
beepers?
This is going back 25 years. Okay.
Like 96, right?
Yeah, 95, 96.
Yeah.
So she was working in a beeper store, and I walked in, and I had the twins with me, and the twins were dressed identical in these red, white, and blue outfits because I didn't know no better how to dress kids, being a single
Single
dad.
dad,
So
yeah.
I walk in, And the guy that's at the counter that yells to the back, all right, here comes Mr. 9. Who's going to handle him today? Because I was known as the customer from hell, basically. Nobody wanted to mess with me at all. Nobody.
So Rachel tried?
So Rachel said, she goes, I'll take care of him. So she comes out, and, she comes out, and I was just like, wow. I'm like, man. And I had this big wall up because I was like, I went through a lot with my breakup and everything. So, she comes out and I start talking, and then I ask her for her phone number. So she gives me her beeper number. Okay. Smart
great.
girl.
Yeah.
Okay, smart girl. So I beep her. I page her, and she calls me back, and she forgot. She's not smart as I thought. No offense. I hope she's not listening. I mean, she's a very intelligent young lady.
Hey, now.
But she forgot to block her phone number when she called me. So when she called me, I got her phone number.
Oh, there you go.
So then we started talking and this and that and the other stuff. And I needed a babysitter one night, because I was kind of like a real idiot to her, just because I really didn't want to, I just wasn't ready to commit or nothing.
Kind of like he was to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me see. I needed a babysitter one night. So I called her up, and she jumped at the opportunity. So she babysat my kids, and my kids put her
Whoa.
through the ringer.
Whoa.
But she didn't tell me.
Were you out on a date at the time?
No, I was
okay.
DJing a party.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I was DJing a party. So the kids put her through the ringer, and I got back, and I asked her, I'm like, how were the kids? And she said, oh, they were great. They were angels, with a big smile on her face. I'm like, you're full of crap. So, then I start being a real total idiot to her again, just because I had that wall up, and then I needed a babysitter again for New Year's Eve.
You see?
So
Yeah.
all right, why not just use the babysitter? Sure,
it's
why
funny
not?
how things work out that way, though.
So I call her
And-
up again, and she babysits New Year's Eve, and I get home, and it's late, and I don't want her to drive home New Year's Eve. So I'm like, just spend the night. Or am I going to sleep? You can sleep in the same bed with me. I'll keep my clothes on. So I go to bed with my tuxedo shirt on, my tuxedo pants on.
You dressed well for the occasion.
Yeah, I did. I dressed nice to go to bed. All right.
She should be pleased.
Yeah. So, that happened, and then in the morning time comes up, and there's these 3 little kids standing at the foot of my bed, and they're jiggling my toes, and they're like, "What's she doing here? What's she doing in the bed with you?" I'm like, okay, and nothing happened. Mind you, okay, and I was being respectful. So then, they left, and I started talking to them, and they're like, we like Miss Rachel. She's nice.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, maybe something can work out. So we started, talking, and I was still a real idiot, and one thing led to another. We started dating. She moved in. I proposed. And now here we are 20-some-odd years later.
20-some years later.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And, I'm glad that it worked out for you.
All thanks to a
And-
babysitter.
Yeah. That's
We got the same kind of deal. If you don't get along with the kids, we can't work out. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
My kids
It's a
kinda
pack-
got
it's a
us
package
together.
Deal.
Yeah.
It's a package deal. Really. It's a
Yeah.
package deal.
And-
Everything's involved. All the furniture, all the luggage, everything comes along. Can't take the package. Well, you know what? You're not getting the cherry on top of the dessert.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's just not going to happen that way. 6:20 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Special guest Gary's in studio with us. Bonnie's better half, the only better half she has. Let's go to the news desk, and here's Bonnie with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning. President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence appear to have come to a detente after nearly a week of silence, anger, and finger-pointing. A senior administration official says the two met Monday evening in the Oval Office and had a good conversation. It was their first time speaking since last Wednesday when Trump incited his supporters to storm the Capitol building as Pence was presiding over the certification of November's election. Pence and his family were forced into hiding. The official says that during the conversation, Trump and Pence pledged to continue to work for the remainder of their term. Federal investigators are looking for the person who carved the word Trump on the back of a Florida manatee. Officials with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Florida's Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission began investigating the crime after the manatee was found Sunday with serious scarring with the president's name. The carving went through the layer of algae that covers the manatee's back. Haley Warrington found the manatee on Sunday during a manatee swim tour in Hermosa Springs. She said the manatee was asleep in shallow water at the time. She sent a video she took during a tour on Monday. Manatees are protected under the Endangered Species Act since 1963. Harassment of a manatee is a federal crime offense punishable by a $50,000 fine and up to 1 year in prison. On Monday, the Center of Biological Diversity announced a $5,000 reward for information leading to a conviction of the person responsible. Anyone with the information on that incident can call Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation at 888-404-3922. Law enforcement officers are considered to be some of the most at risk to be exposed to COVID-19, but records show law enforcement officers and staff in our area are not rushing to get the vaccine. WPTV's Megan McRoberts has the story.
Well, unless they are 65 years old or older, right now law enforcement officers are not even eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. But many law enforcement officers in our area do not want it in the first place. Others want to wait at least 6 months or even a year. As COVID-19 vaccine appointments are in high demand and hard to come by, many law enforcement officers and staff in our area are not worried about that wait.
I was not surprised that a high number of my first responders would not be interested.
Martin County Sheriff William Snyder says the Florida Sheriff's Association asked agencies to survey their employees to see how many vaccines they'll eventually need when the state opens up vaccines for law enforcement. In Martin County, just 35% of deputies and staff would want the vaccine. In St. Lucie County, only half of employees responded, and of those, just 25% want the vaccine immediately. In Indian River County, just 15%, and in Palm Beach County, 36%.
They're risk takers. They're young cops that are not afraid of things.
A lot of law enforcement, a lot of folks that have been out there on the front line since March, they've already had it.
When we found out some of the reasons, it was obviously not based on science. It was just what they picked up off the internet, what somebody had told them.
It prompted Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw to get the vaccine to encourage his employees to follow suit.
I need to get the people on the road and the people in the jail that work there, I need to get them vaccinated for their own safety. We've had 3 people die of this.
Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flower says he will also get the vaccine when he's eligible.
I'll set the example for our folks, and hopefully they'll follow my lead.
But all local sheriffs tell me they will support the personal decisions their employees make. Florida Police Union President John Kazanjian was also shocked by the lack of interest.
Some are like, come on, guys, charge, let's go. And they're not behind me.
But he is still urging the governor to allow law enforcement officers to get the vaccine at the same priority as firefighters.
I said, what happened? How did we drop under the firefighters? It blew my mind. We need to be vaccinated. We are dealing with the worst of the worst, right?
And the union president said if an officer does test positive for COVID-19 but refused the vaccine, they may have discussions about whether or not they would be eligible for workman's compensation. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
Mass vaccinations for seniors have begun in St. Lucie County. Clint Sperber, the administrator of the Florida Department of Health in St. Lucie County, said these shots are by appointment only and they're at the mercy of the state supply chain. Sperber said, we emphasize and no demand is very high, and that's a good thing. That means people want to get vaccinated, and the vaccine will eventually get us out of this virus. Sperber also stated you can register through their website, but adds even if it says the event is closing, it's important to get on their waiting list. The supply chain coming into the state of Florida, we don't know more than a week in advance how much vaccine we're going to receive, said Sperber. Another mass vaccination site will be set up next week in Port St. Lucie. And lastly, they're called doggy desserts. And instead of dairy, they used sunflower butter as the base so it's easier on dogs. So this is coming from Ben and Jerry's. It's a ice cream treat that's specifically for dogs. There's a peanut butter and pretzel flavor called Ponch's Mix and a cookie and pumpkin combo called Rosie's Batch. They're going to hit stores nationwide this month, and each 4-ounce cup costs $3 or $5 for a 4-pack. New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick said on Monday he will not move forward with the Presidential Medal of Freedom that Donald Trump planned to present to him on Thursday. Belichick had explained his decision in a statement. Our news time is 6:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
This will be another El Nino year, although a weaker one. So if you incurred roof damage in the last 2 years, Code Red Roofers is there to help you with all of your roofing needs. Code Red Roofers, the roofers who respond 24/7. And there are flexible payment options for metal, tile, shingle, or flat roofs. Code Red Roofers. Se habla español. Code Red Roofers, 844-4-CODE-RED. That's 844-4-CODE-RED.
6:28 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Our roadways are looking clear right now. St. Lucie County, Martin County, you can expect a nice ride on this Tuesday morning. All is fine. And there's your latest look at traffic. It's partly cloudy and 62 in Stuart, and in Palermo, Italy, 50 and a partly cloudy sky. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines. Waking up this morning to temperatures in the 50s and 60s. A little light rainfall out there and cloudy conditions to start off the day. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, a mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated showers possible for this afternoon. Tonight, lows in the upper 50s under mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, cloudy skies during the day, then scattered rainfall possible overnight as another front moves into the area. Thursday, morning rainfall, then clearing conditions throughout the day, highs in the upper 60s.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
So, have you heard this one? A priest and a rabbi come into this radio station. Really, it's a priest and a rabbi. Right here, Friday mornings beginning at 9. Here on WSTU, AM 1450. Bring your questions and join their lively conversation with Father Christian from St. Mary's Episcopal Church and Rabbi Matt Durbin from the Temple Beit Hayim. It's a priest and a rabbi. Friday mornings at 9 here on WSTU.
Unfortunately, in today's litigious society, too many Americans fail to have an effective estate plan and asset protection strategy. I'm attorney TJ Heineman, and I've been counseling families, businesses, and executives for 20 years. I can help you preserve your wealth, safeguard your assets, and protect your family. My law firm specializes in estate planning and administration, asset protection, corporate law, and real estate. For a free copy of my Family Estate Planning Survival Guide or a free consultation in my Palm City office, call me, TJ Heineman, at 888-5667.
Fuel your reopening with the power of talk radio. WPSL and WSTU Digital on TuneIn worldwide and on Alexa at home, car, tablet, or phone.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
The story of 4 women living life and trying to make it in the Big Apple.
Hey, are you going to go out with us and grab some drinks later?
No, we can't, remember? We have to stay late and finish these reports.
That's right.
Hey, you want to go grab some coffee?
Nah, I got a lot of work to catch up on.
Oh, all right. Do you want me to bring you back something?
No, that's okay.
Sucks in the City.
6:31 on the Get Up and Go show, and I guess that's the new movie coming out, Sucks in the City.
There was word that the girls were going to get back together again, and
I heard about that.
Come back with, I don't think it was a movie. I think they were talking about it being a series again.
Really?
But with
Okay.
3 of them,
Okay.
minus not Samantha, the Moxie blonde that's in it.
Okay.
The really outgoing blonde. I think Carrie would be back, Carrie Bradshaw.
Gotcha.
The redhead woman would be back. I'm not thinking of all their names. Charlotte, the beautiful brunette, would be back.
I'm glad you know about that stuff because I don't watch the show. I have no idea. I
have no idea.
I saw the show.
I'm blind as can be with
then
that.
I went to see it at the movie theater.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah. And I had a boyfriend at the time, and
Uh-oh.
he was the only man.
Hope it's this guy.
No, I took him out to see Twilight.
Oh, okay.
He had to go through the Twilight number 3 with me.
You put him in the Twilight Zone is what you really did,
Thank God
Bonnie.
they sell beer at the theater.
Let's do some viral videos. All right, so I've only got one this morning I came across, and it pertains to Jurassic Park. Now, you might think that sliding your chair along the floor could be very musical, but this guy found a way to actually make it happen. He plays a Jurassic Park theme song with his trumpet and then squeaks the sliding chair on the floor. So listen. Isn't that crazy? Is that the craziest thing you've ever seen, Gary?
Hilarious.
Right?
He's pretty talented.
That one takes the cake.
Makes me want to go see Jurassic Park right now.
That one definitely takes the cake. For the guy to slide his chair across the floor like that.
Yeah.
That's a talent that needs to be reckoned with.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So we have our impossible question for today. Okay, so we're going to put this out there to our listening audience. We always have today's impossible question. So here we go. 45% of adults admitted that they didn't do this over the holidays. And I'm not talking about the hibbity-dibbity either, okay?
Oh, we didn't even think you were talking about that.
So, somebody out there, probably Fredo would, or somebody.
Might be.
So 45% of adults admitted they did not do this over the holidays. If you think you know the answer, give us a call, 220-9788. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can message us with what you think the answer may be. But give us a call, 220-9788. 45% of adults admitted they did not do this over the holidays.
What I like about these, Evan, is there's so many possibilities
Yes.
with the answers to these questions. You can never guess the wrong one.
No.
They're only guesses, they're
You can't.
assumptions, and they're all good.
Yeah, exactly.
So give us a buzz at 220-9788.
You better believe it. So here's a interesting article I was reading from the director of the Sleep Assessment and Advisory Service. His name is Chris Idzikowski. Did you know that the position in which you sleep at night, whether it's all curled up in a fetal position or sprawled out across the bed, it actually reveals your personality? So there's a list of different positions, okay? But before we get to that, my phone is ringing. If I can get to answering it, let me try this. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, it's Jeff. Jeffrey, how are you?
I didn't cheat on my diet.
You didn't?
I didn't cheat on my diet.
You didn't cheat on your diet. Oh, that's what you're going for the answer?
Yeah, I was thinking that's probably what people worry about most in the holidays. What do they worry about most?
45% of adults admitted that they didn't do this over the holidays, and you say cheat, and the answer is incorrect.
Oh, boy.
You got the buzzer.
All right. Well, hopefully somebody will catch that one.
I thought, Jeffrey, I thought that was a really good answer.
That was
though.
a great answer, though.
Great, yeah.
Great answer. So, we have
right.
Bonnie's better half here this morning with us. Gary's here.
Morning, Jeff.
Uh-oh. Good morning, Gary.
I was thinking the same thing, but I guess I'm wrong, too.
No, you think about it. What's everybody say when, they're worried about having a diet? Can't eat too much. Can't do this, can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I thought, by the way.
Exactly. You heading into the golf course?
Yep, going right now, heading on the way.
All right, by the way, did you listen to see if the blades of grass were...
I talked to the blades of grass, and they're going to say they're going to do a performance for you maybe today or tomorrow.
No, really?
I'm going to send you a video. I know
Please
you can't
do.
play it, but...
No, dude, if you can text me the video, and I can extract it right out of my phone, and I will play it. Yes, of course I can. And I will play it. I will play it right over the radio when you send it.
Do I want to send it to 220-9788?
Oh no. You know what? That's a good thing.
All right, take me off the air and give me the number. I won't abuse it. You know me better than that.
I know that. All right, hold on. Let me.
I liked his comparison yesterday too, when he said if you cut one strand of hair, are your other strands of hair crying too? Comparing it to the grass being cut.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let me place you on hold real quick. Hit this button. Okay, he's on hold. All right. So, I'm going to go back to the conversation we were having about the different types of positions that when you sleep, what they say about you. So, the first one is the fetal position. People who sleep this way, which is the most common way to sleep, are described as tough on the outside but sensitive on the inside. Bonnie, collaborate on that for a minute, if you would, while I give him my number.
If you're sleeping in that fetal position, I don't know. I guess I tend to sleep in that position, but I guess I am a little bit raw on the outside and sensitive on the inside. There might be some sense to that. What do you think?
I'm all over the place, so.
Yeah, I know that you are.
I didn't sleep too good last night.
Nope.
And I had to get up this morning.
Tossing and turning. But, I envy the people that are able to sleep like on their back. We call it the supine position in massage when they're sleeping on their back, laying face up. I envy people that are able to do that sort of thing because I think it seems like it's a smart thing to do, especially for the ladies, if you want to save like the wrinkles in your face and you don't wake up in that morning with that crease in your face from the pillow. Usually I would like to sleep face up because of that.
Or laying on your shoulder or something.
Yeah, well, here's another position. That's 41%, by the way. 41% of the people sleep in the fetal position. Okay, the log position is the next one. 15% of people sleep in what's called the log position. People who sleep this way lie on their side with both arms down, I guess like a soldier standing at attention, but laying sideways close to their side.
I do that once in a while.
They tend to be social and easygoing people who enjoy being part of an in crowd. That's for that kind of sleeper.
Where did they come up with this?
This is a guy that does this.
It's almost like it almost sounds like the daily horoscopes.
Yeah.
Like you're reaching out to a broad number of people, but it's so generalized that
this guy is the director of the Sleep Assessment and Advisory Service. So the next one is called the Yearner.
There's actually a director of this service?
Yes, there is.
Oh,
what does he make a year?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I want his job, man.
So there's another one called the Yearner. This is 13% of you are
uriner.
No, not uriner.
The one who gets up all night.
Yeah,
that's me. I'm the uriner.
There you go. The yearner. Yearner. Y-E-A-R-N-E-R. Yearner, not uriner.
Oh,
yearner. Like you're yearning.
I thought the one that gets up to use the bathroom.
Well,
all
if you're
night.
from the South, you'd probably say uriner. So anyway, sleeping on your side. That's sleeping on your side. Okay, sleeping on your side with both arms stretched out in front of you, like this. Or no, like this, kind of like this. If you're sleeping on your side and both arms are stretched out in front of you, describes the uriner sleep position. While they have an open nature, they can be suspicious and even cynical. Such people are slow to make up their mind, but once a decision's been made, they are unlikely to ever change that decision.
I can't believe there's a guy out there being paid to make up this stuff.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Wait, here's another position. The soldier. 8% of people sleep like a soldier, lying flat on the back and both arms pinned at their side in sleep position of a soldier.
Wow.
Kind of like you're laying in a coffin, I guess.
Yeah, they
People who sleep this way are quiet and reserved, and they don't like a fuss and set themselves and others to very, very high standards.
They look like a toy soldier, one of those toy soldiers that you see at Christmas. They're just straight with their arms straight down to their
something of that
going toward their feet.
Let me grab this call real quick before we continue. Hi, good morning. You're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
So if you're in a soldier's positions, how do you salute?
Well, you're not saluting in your sleep. You know.
I know what position Gary's at. Gary's on the floor after Bonnie pushes him out of bed.
Oh, wow. That was brutal. Oh, my gosh. That was brutal. So hold on one second, George. The next position is called the free fall. The free fall position. People who sleep this way lie on their stomach with their hands at the sides of their head. While they tend to be a brash and gregarious on the surface, they are nervy and thin-skinned underneath.
Does that mean the hands on the side of the head and face is face down in the pillow?
Yeah, you're face down on the pillow.
How do you breathe
I don't know.
way?
Maybe they got a hole cut out in the pillow. Who knows?
And he's face planted. That's the position Gary went. He gets boom, right after that.
The starfish is 5% of people. People in the starfish position sleep on their back with both arms around the pillow. So I guess like this, because they are always ready to listen to others and offer help when needed. They make the best friends. However, they generally don't like to be the center of attention.
See, you need that sort of person in your life.
Yeah.
That sounds,
Yeah.
I've got to look for that one that sleeps with the arms
and
up over the head.
The remaining 11% in this study either said they slept in a variety of positions or just don't know how they slept. Once you have a preferred position, you're unlikely to change it from night to night. So, George, which way, when you sleep, which way do you sleep? Are you a back, a side, a front?
I'm hanging from the treetops.
Okay, well, besides that, which way, are you a side sleeper, stomach, or a back sleeper?
All of them.
All of them. Now, is there any one way you have to be facing when you fall asleep? Otherwise, you can't fall asleep?
Well, I have sleep apnea, so I wear,
okay,
I have a CPAP machine, so
you can't get all entangled in that.
Oh God, are you kidding? Sometimes I have the tube around my neck.
Now, see, when I go to bed at night, I have to start on my right side, facing that way. Okay, I have to face left.
Is it east or west that you're facing? North or south?
Let me think. I'm facing west.
Okay.
I'm facing west. I have to start laying on my right side when I go to bed. And
he wears a compass at bed.
Would
to find
you
out what
stop that already? Jeez. I have to start on my right side, and I have to have a pillow behind me and a pillow in front of me.
Wow.
Yeah, and
you
my arm
like
goes around the pillow.
Prima donna.
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm a prima donna. I'm a little princess in bed.
Does your wife leave a mint on your pillow too?
Right.
No, but she does put sleep spray on my pillow for me though. Halfway through the night, I wake up, and because I don't sleep all night, and then usually, I turn around and I lay on my left shoulder and try to fall back asleep. But I always have to fall asleep on the right shoulder. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know what it is.
Is it like a OCD thing
I don't
about
know.
it? Are you a little bit compulsive?
The best way to put them asleep is get a frying pan, one hit, and that's it. You're out for the night.
Now, Bonnie, what about you? Which way do you is there any certain way that you sleep or you have to fall asleep?
Probably on the side,
on the side, left, right side, either one?
Either way.
Okay,
either
so
one.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Gary, what about you?
I don't know.
I mean, are you somebody that prefers to sleep on their stomach or their back or their side?
I've seen the way he sleeps. Usually, sometimes it's on his stomach. Arms are spread above the pillow.
Okay.
Head to the side.
Is the arms up?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Are the arms up under like the pillow when they're on each side of the pillow a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yep. And then
All right.
head to
then
the
he's
side.
on the floor or he's out on the couch.
There you go. Depends if Bonnie kicks him out of the bed or not.
Oh,
Now,
no.
do you guys stay Do you guys stay on your sides of the bed, or does somebody hog the bed at night?
Well, we got the split mattress, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have two twins put together.
Right.
Two twin mattresses to make a king.
Yeah, and we both have our own little remote control that
Oh, you have one of those kind of beds.
vibrates. Yep.
Sleep number bed.
It's not the sleep number. It is one that we got from Rooms to Go, but
Okay.
the remotes and it.
Okay.
It's called massage, but it feels more of a vibration.
So in other words, it comes up.
That's going.
One can go up and one can stay down.
Yeah,
That's a very cool system.
You can elevate your feet, your legs with our bed too. You can
Oh, wow.
elevate both sides, the head and foot position.
Oh,
I
wow.
bought it to play video
Hey,
games
Bonnie.
in bed.
Go ahead, George.
Bonnie, I think Fredo may have that new sleeping position thing going on. He'll just call him. He'll probably come over, show you how to sleep in what position. You know. Fredo's sleep position.
He'll demonstrate.
He'll demonstrate
Yeah.
for us. All right, George, we
Yeah.
got to get running here. We got to go. We're up against news.
Then he'll expect us
what's-
to pay him, and he'll fall asleep.
What's the temperature in Tompkinsville, Kentucky this morning?
Cold.
Cold. All right. Well, do we have
probably 20s, in the 20s?
in the 20s? Wow, is it snowing outside?
Little last night.
All right. Very good. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for calling. We always appreciate
All
your
right.
call, and I will talk at you later.
Take care of them, Gary.
All right. All
Keep
right.
'em
See you
on the
later.
toes. All right.
6:47 on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for news once again. Let's head on over to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by with this morning's headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Mass vaccinations for seniors have begun in St. Lucie County. Clint Sperber, the administrator of the Florida Department of Health in St. Lucie County, said these shots are by appointment only and they're at the mercy of the state supply chain. Sperber said, "We emphasize and no demand is very high, and that's a good thing. That means people want to get vaccinated, and the vaccine will eventually get us out of this virus." Sperber also stated you can register through their website, but adds even if it says the event is closing, it's important to get on their waiting list. The supply chain coming into the state of Florida, we don't know more than a week in advance how much vaccine we're going to receive, said Sperber. Another mass vaccination site will be set up next week in Port St. Lucie. The city of Fort Pierce announced Monday that a public service grant opportunity program will provide grant awards up to $5,000 to nonprofit public service agencies that serve Fort Pierce individuals and families who earn very low or moderate incomes. The public service grant opportunity opened on January 11 and remains open to accept applications until 3 p.m. on Friday, February 5. Grants will be awarded for many types of projects and programs. The funding comes from the U.S. Housing Department. To be considered for funding, applications must be received via email. The 2021 Public Service Grant Guidance and application can be assessed online. Go to grantsadministration@cityoffortpierce.com, or to find out more, call 772-467-3169. Yesterday, Superintendent E. Wayne Gent, accompanied by School Board Chairman Debbie Hawley, Board Member Jennifer Richardson, Board Member Jack Kelly, Tom Jones from the Education Foundation, and Dr. Kevin Perry, Assistant to the Superintendent, paid surprise visits to this year's finalists for Outstanding First-Year Teacher. Tyler Evans, a music teacher at Mariposa Elementary School, Jewel Edwards, a U.S. History teacher at Creative Arts of St. Lucie, and Alyssa Fairbrother, and English Language Arts and Social Studies teacher at Rivers Edge Elementary School, are the finalists who have the distinction of representing the school district at this year's Night of the Stars event. Two of the finalists, Tyler Evans and Jewel Edwards, are graduates of St. Lucie Public Schools and were a part of the A Promise is a Promise program. The program was established to recognize future educators and provide them with guaranteed employment upon successful completion of a college degree that leads to teacher certification. The messaging app Parker is offline after being removed by 3 tech companies, citing violent content, but the social media platform, popular among conservatives, is fighting back with a lawsuit. WPTV's Ryan Hughes has the story.
Parler is the only social media platform that protects your constitutional right to free speech. The alternative social media platform made popular by conservatives and supporters of President Trump has gone silent after Amazon, Google, and Apple pulled the plug and removed Parler from its servers.
It made an attempt to not only kill the apps, but to actually destroy the entire company. And it's not just these three companies, every vendor.
Parler CEO calling it devastating and an assault on its users after being pulled from the app stores. Amazon cites content that it says, quote, clearly encourage and incite violence. One example, a picture of people on the ground in the Capitol last week with the caption, violence works, make them afraid.
And this seems to me like an excuse to just basically eliminate free speech at a convenient time, for them.
I think what we're seeing with Parler, with Twitter, with social media is that there is kind of a lack of understanding of the concept of the First Amendment among many Americans.
But Andrew Silapak, a social media professor at the University of Florida, says this is not a violation of free speech, but the boot by big tech companies is unprecedented and needs to be taken seriously.
Where the big concern is that a platform could just be completely taken off the internet. And this is something that could then happen for any social media platform, any website.
Parler launched in 2018, but grew quickly after the election and was an unmoderated open platform. Now, Parler is suing Amazon, seeking to restore its web service.
If I was to make a prediction, I would say that what we will see from Parler is that they will find a way to exist moving forward. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them, but they probably won't make a return anytime soon to Apple or Google's Play stores.
Ryan Hughes, WPTV, News Channel 5.
The Eagles fired coach Doug Peterson on Monday, ending a partnership that delivered the first and only Super Bowl title in the city's history. Peterson was expected to remain as coach this season, but multiple meetings with team owner Jeffrey Lurie over the past week left his boss unconvinced that Peterson had a second vision, a sound vision for how to address the myriad issues facing the team, sources said, from navigating the Carson Wentz situation to fixing an offense that finished 26 in scoring and 28 in passing yards. In 2020, Lurie explained the decision to move on from Peterson during a video news conference on Monday. Our news time is 6:53. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
I stepped into St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins, I figured it would just be one of my many stops on my road to the perfect engagement ring. My fiancée means the world to me, so I wanted something extra special. I found a huge selection of engagement rings at great prices, and my worry about finding the perfect engagement ring was quickly replaced with exceptional customer service. St. Lucie Jewelry's over 400 5-star reviews really told the story. I finally picked a ring, and it was perfect. She was floored. And then the tears came.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy, owner of St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We're now celebrating 26 years, voted best diamond dealers, best jewelry buyers, and best jeweler year after year. Come celebrate with us in opening our third location at 1335 St. Lucie West Boulevard next to Publix. We invite you to take a tour of our competition, but then come see us last.
6:55 right now, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We don't have any traffic accidents to report for this morning, all looking fine throughout Martin and St. Lucie County at the moment. And there's your latest look at traffic. It's 60 in Port St. Lucie, and this morning in Hampton, Virginia, 41 and cloudy. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines. Waking up this morning to temperatures in the 50s and 60s. A little light rainfall out there and cloudy conditions to start off the day. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, a mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated showers possible for this afternoon. Tonight, lows in the upper 50s under mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, cloudy skies during the day, then scattered rainfall possible overnight as another front moves into the area. Thursday, morning rainfall, then clearing conditions throughout the day, highs in the upper 60s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The professionals at Mark Breckville Certified Public Accountants are proud to sponsor Treasure Coast Solutions, a community service program designed to provide information you can use, a local perspective on national issues, local solutions to meet your individual concerns. At our firm, we believe that information is knowledge, and with knowledge comes the power to have a positive impact on our lives, businesses, schools, and community. If you would like one of our professionals to address your personal financial or business concerns, please give us a call to set up an appointment at 220-3380. Are you an entrepreneur or business owner along the Treasure Coast? Well, then you should be tuning in to Small Biz Florida from the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Hi, I'm Tom Kindred, your host for Small Biz Florida. Entrepreneurs and business owners will learn how the Florida SBDC and IRSC can help you start, grow, and accelerate your business.
Monday mornings at 11 on WSTU 1450 and worldwide on WPFLTV.com.
No hype, just facts. I'm Casey, and I invite you to tune into the Casey Ingram Show every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Hear from community leaders, learn about some of our great local nonprofit organizations, get the latest updates from our elected officials, and meet the candidates. Even rock and roll legends have joined the show from time to time. I'm conservative, but not divisive, bringing you the talk of the community. It's a fun and interesting hour beginning at 5 p.m. every Tuesday on WSTU AM 1450 and Facebook Live at The Casey Ingram Show.
How to raise your own cleansing soap berries. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Welcome to the All In for Citrus podcast. There's a new resource available that brings all of Florida's citrus research together, delivering it right to you on your computer, phone, or tablet. Introducing the All In for Citrus podcast from UF IFAS in partnership with Southeast AgNet. The monthly series spans the Sunshine State with research project updates from the UF IFAS statewide citrus team. Listen to the latest episode by searching All In for Citrus on iTunes, your favorite podcasting application, or at citrusindustry.net.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food.
You're going to need our determination, our compassion.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Today, 4-H is growing the next generation of leaders. Support us at 4h.org.
If you're looking for an eco-friendly soap that you can use for many applications in your home, soap nuts are an awesome option you can grow yourself. The shell, or the outer layer of the drupe, contains saponin. This creates a soaping effect when the shell is mixed with water. The resulting suds are totally natural and can replace many chemical-laden products. People use soap nuts for cleaning laundry, as a shampoo or body soap, and for many other cleaning projects. Soap nut trees are deciduous and grow up to 60 feet tall and start producing nuts in 3 to 9 years. You can start growing soap nuts in containers for a couple of seasons, but they'll soon outgrow the pots. Plant in full sun with some partial shade during the heat of the day. Soap nut is forgiving and will grow in most soil types as long as the earth holds moisture but drains excess water away. If your area has a native soap nut variety, grow that particular one for the best chances of success. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jupiter, and Indiantown, Martin County's Heritage Station.
He points a finger at himself. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump, who's facing a possible second impeachment, reportedly accepts some blame for what happened last week. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy says President Trump accepts some responsibility for the Capitol riot, but McCarthy says he doesn't believe impeachment is the right move, saying it would only further divide the country. The House is expected to take up one article inciting an insurrection, with a vote planned tomorrow evening. Lawmakers are sure to keep an eye on President Trump today as he heads to the Texas border town of Alamo, where he will give his first public appearance nearly a week after the riot that left 5 people dead. Dave?
Rachel, House Democrats say the president must face the consequences and will do one thing before taking up impeachment.
A vote tonight is expected to approve a resolution put forward by Democrats urging Vice President Mike Pence and the cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment and remove President Trump from office, an unlikely outcome.
Fox's Jared Halpern. That would set up impeachment tomorrow, though a Senate trial before Joe Biden becomes president next Wednesday is not expected. And Democratic Senator Joe Manchin told Fox,
"This impeachment doesn't help anything. That's the thing I'm talking about. It makes no sense whatsoever."
Now, another member of Congress has tested positive for the coronavirus, and House Democrat Pramila Jayapal is angry about it, tweeting, "It happened after being locked down last week in a secure Capitol room during the attack," and she claims several Republicans refused to wear a mask and mocked colleagues and staff who offered them one. They're celebrating at Alabama again, a third college football championship in 6 years.
Jones steps up right down the middle of the field. It's touchdown. Devontae Smith cannot be stopped.
The Heisman Trophy winner scored 3 touchdowns on ESPN, leading Alabama past Ohio State 52-24 last night. America's listening to Fox News.
Are you looking for your dream home on the Treasure Coast? I am Eileen Simons, a licensed realtor with eXp Realty. My team and I can help you find your dream home. I bring 20-plus years experience in the residential real estate market, helping both buyers and sellers achieve their dreams. Call me at 772-200-5105 or visit our website at mydreamhomeusa.com.
Protect the people who wear them and folks around them. And wash your hands using soap and water for 20 seconds. And do it frequently. Vaccines won't make COVID go away overnight, but they give us a real chance to finally overcome it. As long as we keep watching our distance, wearing our masks, and washing our hands.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
After Parler was knocked offline when Amazon blocked the conservative social media platform from web servers, Parler has sued.
The complaint claims Amazon's move was, quote, apparently motivated by political animus and designed to reduce competition in the micro-blocking services market to the benefit of Twitter.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. Apple and Google also pulled Parler from app stores, claiming it allowed posts inciting violence. Some conservatives have left Twitter. Others have been booted.
Twitter says it's deactivated more than 70,000 accounts tied to QAnon. The company said the users were banned for sharing harmful QAnon-associated content, and they said they're hoping to protect the conversation on the service from attempts to incite violence and organize attacks. QAnon is based on an alleged anonymous government official who promotes conspiracy theories about anti-Trump officials, alleging they have ties to Satanism and sex trafficking. Some followers were seen in Q garb at last week's Capitol Hill riot. Jill Nato, Fox News.
In Florida, wildlife officials are investigating reports of a manatee found in a river with the word Trump carved in its back. As a $5,000 reward that would lead to arrest. We've heard about COVID infecting some pets and animals, and now this.
San Diego Zoo Safari Park officials believe several of their gorillas contracted the coronavirus from humans.
We suspect that the gorillas got this virus from an asymptomatic team member.
Park Executive Director Lisa Peterson, the gorillas have been coughing and are being monitored for signs of any more severe symptoms. While coronavirus has spread to wildlife previously, including minks and tigers, this is believed to be the first case of COVID spreading to primates in captivity. Tom Graham, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising, suggesting a maybe rebound from yesterday's selling. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Are you looking for your dream home on the Treasure Coast? I am Eileen Simons, a licensed realtor with eXp Realty. My team and I can help you find your dream home. I bring 20-plus years experience in the residential real estate market, helping both buyers and sellers achieve their dreams. Call me at 772-200-5105 or visit our website at mydreamhomeusa.com.
What is your quality of life? The Owen Insurance Group plans on improving it on our Quality of Life radio show Tuesday mornings at 10 on both WPSL and WSTU. Hi, I'm Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. Along with Tom Bouvier, we'll help you on the road of life and make it a better one. Don't forget the Quality of Life radio show, Tuesdays at 10 on WPSL and WSTU on TuneIn and Alexa.
Hi, I'm Chris Hodgins with My Florida Insurance Broker, and I'm here today with my daughter, Sage.
Hello.
Sage, why don't you tell everybody what kind of insurance we do?
Home insurance, car insurance, life insurance, and flood insurance.
If you've had a rate hike or 2 or 5, hopefully not 10, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Sage, what's our number?
772-617-6777.
What's the name of our company again?
My Florida Insurance Broker.
Coming to you live from Seward, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Oh, thank you very much, Madam Announcer. 7:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on a Tuesday morning.
This does not strike me as a sexy romantic time, but okay.
Okay, well, it's not really a sexy romantic time, but it may be a sexy and romantic radio program.
Shut up and take my money.
Okay, I'll take your money. I will take your money.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President-elect. I appreciate that. It's always a very productive segment here on the Get Up and Go Show.
Oh, I was going to ask you whose voice that was. That was the president-elect?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not recognize that.
It's Fredo and the Shy Guys playing a great jazz tune for us. They're in the other room. They're in the green room. Gary, did you see the band when you came in? They were tuning up, weren't they?
They were tuning.
Yeah, they were tuning and jicking and all that other stuff. And that's our Get Up and Go Show band. They're with us every single morning. And boy, they got a bunch of great musicians, and there's 5 of them.
I think it had Gary dancing outside.
Gary?
Traffic
Really?
was stopping.
Wow.
Saying, look at that man dancing.
All right. Hopefully Fredo will call in, and he'll get to meet Gary on the phone.
Oh, yeah. Fredo. He's never too shy, is he?
Fredo's a piece of work.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I tried to give you a foot massage for my birthday.
How'd that work out?
I never texted him back.
So. Okay. All right.
Gary ghosted him.
Did he really? You ghosted Fredo? Oh, my gosh. Jeez.
I was a little creeped out by that foot rub deal.
Jeez. Well, welcome into hour number 2 of the Get Up and Go Show. It's Evan and Bonnie. It's Tuesday, January the 12th. Our very special guest is Bonnie's better half and her only other half. It's Gary is with us in studio.
That Gary knows of.
That's right, exactly.
No, I'm so teasing.
And if you're wondering who Gary is also the father to Jaden and also the father to Topanga as well. So this is the kid's dad. He's in studio with us.
Yeah, Topanga's going to be, she's driving already, and she's going to be getting her license pretty soon.
I remember when Gavin started driving. I had to take like 12 Xanax.
It's scary.
It's scary.
And you had to uppity your insurance, I bet, too.
Yeah, it went up. It definitely went up. It definitely went up. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Good morning. Who's this?
Yeah, man.
There he is, right on cue. There's Fredo. Good morning, Fredo.
Morning. Hi, Gary.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, man. See, Gary knows about masculinity. Yeah, man.
Wait a
He's
minute.
A masculine man.
Well,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
man.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Fredo. You said hi to Gary, but you didn't.
Oh. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, good morning, Fredo.
There you go. Want to make sure you get all the players to the game right.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Evan. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Don't be flirting with me now, okay?
My guy would look good in one of those medallions that you sell.
Yeah, man. That's actually what I was going to do is give him a gift card. The medallion man. Yeah, man. You know, medallions are a good symbol of masculinity, and he knows all about masculinity. Yeah, man. He's in France, and he just grabs a babe. and just takes it for the rest of her life, yeah, man, that's
Wow.
masculinity right
In fact,
there. Yeah.
we have a few words about Medallion Man. Let's listen in.
Yeah, man. This is Fredo, the band leader for the Get Up and Go show. I think by now you know that I'm an emotional kind of guy. People stop me in the street and say, Fredo, what is wrong with me? Silk shirt, hairy chest. I wear enough aftershave to drown a household pet, but I still can't get a woman. I tell them, you're an ignorant fool. Without the symbol of power and fertility around your neck, what woman's gonna respect you? That is why I have teamed up with Medallion Man to shop for medallion needs. Medallion Man caters to all levels of masculinity, for the strong, silent type, and the medallion the size of a hood cap that says everything that needs to be said. Even singing medallions for the Casanova, who knows that music is the food of love. Yeah, man. Model trains, townhouses, diapers, whatever your interest, we got the medallion for you. Just look for the big medallion sign on Canner Highway in Stewart. Don't forget that every woman knows if you can't support a medallion, then you can't support a family.
That's right. Yeah, man.
So what's on the Gary met the band for the first time this morning, by the way, Fredo.
Yeah, man. I don't doubt it one bit. The band's awesome.
Yeah.
Did invite them to a party one time, Gary. You know, those parties where you run around with mannequin heads, that's a great manly party right there.
So, we had a conversation this morning with Gary about that wonderful, beautiful photo of Bonnie on Facebook.
Yeah, man. That's a wonderful picture. By the way, I sold about 4 or 5 of them yesterday at Medallion Man yesterday. It was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Now, wait a minute, Fredo.
What's our cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary wants a cut.
You get about 15%.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
Now, you know what? I asked Gary if it was okay for me to put that photo on Facebook, and he said it was all right, but I don't remember you asking either one of us if you could copy and paste and print those pictures. And
we had a whole discussion on the radio about it yesterday, Bonnie.
I was sleeping. I don't know.
We had a whole discussion about it. Yeah, man.
But we didn't sign any kind of contract now or sit down.
Oh, no, it was a verbal agreement.
Yeah. Well, Fredo just tends to do what he wants. So
well, that's the way Fredo is.
Yeah,
he does exactly what he wants. You should know that by now.
Yep.
Anyway, what's in store for you today, Fredo?
Well, I got to go to Walgreens to go pick up more of those photos. And then, too, I got the barbecue and foot rub going to be over on Canner Highway this morning. So if you want some barbecue and get your foot rub, come on and see me. My trailer will be right there on an easement on the side of the road. Yeah, man.
You going to be right by the Wawa?
Actually, no, I'll be up behind a couple of trees over there in the field. Yeah, man.
Oh, it's across from the cemetery. Okay, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah. So
All
do
right,
I.
so nothing's a dead issue, so to speak, right?
Hey-oh.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Fredo, well, listen, you have a great day, and please give Big Kitty a little pet for us. And
Big Kitty's been riding that motorcycle around lately.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, she's already gone.
Okay.
I didn't even hear her this morning.
Okay, all right. Well, we got to get to birthdays and anniversaries, so you have a wonderful day, Fredo.
Yeah, man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. I'm telling you, Fredo, he's quite the character, huh?
He always is a character, that is for sure. But at least he's taking good care of Big Kitty. That's one thing that he's doing right and solid.
Definitely so. Bonnie, it's time for birthdays, anniversaries back in the day. What do you have for me?
I don't have any birthdays today to give.
Gary, you have anybody you want to wish a happy birthday to?
What day is this?
It is January 12th.
No, I don't know anybody.
Nobody?
Yeah.
Nobody.
You, Evan, any birthday wishes you want to send?
I just wish Rachel a happy birthday.
I'll
start
birthday every
early.
day?
Yeah, every day. I'll just start early until we get... God, come to think of it, her birthday's going to be coming around in July this year. Wow.
What month did it come in last year?
July.
I thought hers was in May for some reason.
No, it was July.
Okay.
Yeah, it was July.
Is it close to the 4th?
No, it was 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, July 23rd, 1975.
Yeah.
That means she's going to be
45 this year?
46.
46?
Yeah, 46.
Ah, the
She's
back
a whippersnapper.
Yeah, I'm probably going to catch a whole lot of whipping for giving her age away on the radio.
You always do, don't you?
Yeah, definitely so.
I think you like to put yourself through that.
I do. I love the pain. You know what they say, no pain, no gain, happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
Anne-Marie's 41 years old today. That's the R&B singer. Her biggest hit, One Thing. I don't even remember who the heck that is.
What's her name?
Anne-Marie.
Emery.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Nope. From the band Rage Against the Machine, Zach De La Rocha is 51 years old today.
Mm-hmm.
Heather Mills McCartney is 53. You know who that is, Bonnie?
Once married to Paul.
Yes, Paul McCartney's ex.
She looked a lot like Linda, Paul's first wife, didn't she?
Yep.
She had the wooden leg.
Yes.
And then she danced with that leg on Dancing with the Stars.
Sure did, and she did a darn good job, too. Keith Anderson, country music artist, 53 years old today. Rob Zombie's 56. That's the aging rock star, Rob Zombie.
Holy man, he is getting up there. 56.
The radio god himself, the one and only radio god himself. You know who I'm talking
Evan
about?
Nine?
Nope. You're the goddess. I'm not the god. But it's Mr. Howard Stern, is 67 years old today.
Is he really?
67.
Yeah.
67 years old today.
I like Howard Stern.
I do.
You know?
I do. He's really good.
He's so conversational, and he is very good. And deep down, that exterior, I think he has a really good heart.
He does.
I love that movie.
Oh, yeah, that movie was a great movie, wasn't
Right.
it? It's a really good movie. I enjoyed that one. Ricky Van Shelton, 69 years old today, country music artist. Kirstie Alley, I had like a thing for her back in the day.
Ooh, I loved her when she came to Cheers.
Yeah.
I liked some of those.
I heard Gary had a thing for her, too.
Isn't she? She's the girl from Cheers.
Yeah,
that's the girl from Cheers.
Replaced when Diane left, when the blonde-haired Diane left the show.
Yep.
Kirstie Alley took over. And I liked some of the episodes that had her on it.
Yeah, Rush Limbaugh, 70 years old today. That's another radio god. You can hear him on the on his radio network.
And call to wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah.
How old is Rush?
Rush is 70 years old today.
Happy birthday.
I wonder what his real first name is. It can't be Rush. Could you imagine the teacher in his elementary school? Hey, you, rush over here. Right?
I wonder if it is. You know, through all the years that
I've
listened to Rush since like the early 90s, Evan. He's been on the airwaves some 30 or so years.
You know whose birthday is today? And he was one of the first people I had on our radio show as a guest. The amazing Kreskin.
Oh, he's celebrating.
Yes.
Let me guess how old.
Go ahead.
65.
No, he's 86.
Oh, wow.
86. You remember we had him on, Bonnie, right?
What does he do?
He's the mentalist.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
Yeah, he's a psychic entertainer who calls himself a mentalist. He's a distant relative of the guy who found the chain that became Kmart. And when Kreskin and he goes and performs, he asks you to hide his check in the theater. And if he can't find it, he doesn't get paid. And he always finds the check.
He always finds it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to him since, that was early last year,
I'm going to have to call, I'll have to call him later today and see if I can have him on the show
We'll
tomorrow.
have to come up with some fascinating way that he can find out maybe about some sort of object that we hide right here in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
And see if he can zoom in that way.
Yeah.
And
definitely so.
And do his guessing work, or I don't know how he does it, but it's
I
pretty
don't know,
amazing.
But that's why they call him the Amazing Kreskin.
Kreskin, yeah.
Celebrating a birthday in the heavens, the one and only Smokin' Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier passed away in 2011. I remember the fight between Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali's famous catchphrase, fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You better watch out because it's Muhammad Ali.
I remember back in the day I used to watch Muhammad Ali
Yeah.
with my parents, the days with Howard Cosell.
Mm-hmm.
And that just brings me to the nights when I was a kid, because we were always ringside in our living room watching those fights.
Yep.
And can you imagine, back in the day, Evan, of Max Baer, too, if you watch Cinderella Man.
Okay.
That movie, too, is about fighting, and Max Baer, he is actually the dad of Jethro, Max Baer Jr.,
Okay.
Jethro from Beverly Hillbillies. But the dad was a really heavyweight prize fighter, during the Depression. And Cinderella Man is based about a fighter that makes his way through the ranks in fighting and has to face Max Baer in the ring. It's like a really, really good movie, too.
Nicole Portman just wrote on our Facebook page, quote, I think Gary is still sleeping. I have no idea who Nicole. Do you guys know who Nicole is?
I don't know Nicole.
Okay.
No.
What's the last name?
Nicole
Portman?
Portman, yeah. Nicole Portman.
I probably did.
She one of your friends on Facebook, maybe, Gary?
Maybe.
Okay, all right. Today is National Kiss a Ginger Day. Now, you know what that means, kissing a ginger?
Redhead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a redhead.
We don't have any.
You have to kiss a redhead. Bonnie, go out and get some hair dye and dye your hair red so Gary will give you an extra kiss.
It has a few red highlights in it,
There
so
you go.
I suppose I could pass for a little bit of a ginger this morning.
National Kiss a Ginger Day. We have 6 days until Martin Luther King Day, 31 days until the Year of the Ox, and 33 days until Valentine's Day. Okay, 33 days till Valentine's Day.
Are you getting excited about that one?
Me? Oh, heck no.
Yeah.
No, we
You're
don't
not?
really. Rachel and I, we don't really do the holiday thing. We really don't. We just like maybe
Yeah.
exchange a card. I don't even buy her candy or nothing like that.
One year for Gary, I did something like really, really cool.
What'd you do?
So it was a Sunday, a Valentine's Day on a Sunday, and the kids were home with him, but I had to work.
Right.
So I called our favorite pizza place and had them
Is that Big Apple?
Yeah.
How did I know that?
Yeah.
See, I remember things like that.
Yeah, we're friends with, people there
I
at
remember.
the Big Apple.
I remember little things like that.
But they delivered like a whole pizza and I think little dinners I delivered to the house. But
Oh, wow.
I had the kids make this huge Valentine and they put their own things into it. Like Jaden put a dinosaur on it.
Oh, that's
you know,
sweet.
Topanga drew her own thing and it said Happy Valentine's Day. We love you, Dad.
Aw.
Big Valentine. And I brought it over to Big Apple and they delivered that to
That
them
was sweet.
with the meal.
Now, see, that's original.
It was
That's
cool.
That's very, very original. That's thinking. I would not have thought of that, but that's very thinking out of the box, Bonnie. Props to you for that.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
Very, very original.
Yeah.
So, Gary, quick question before we get to news. How did you come up with the name Topanga for your daughter? Because that's a very different but yet a very beautiful name.
I didn't. My kids are both adopted out of foster care.
Oh, okay.
We were going to change her name. I had her since she was a year and a half old.
Okay.
We were going to change her name to Alexa or Alexis.
Oh, God help
Alexis,
you.
Alexis.
God help you if you name that child Alexa. Because do you know with technology nowadays, everybody is like, Alexa, what's the temperature outside? And here's your kid from the bedroom.
Right.
I don't know, Dad. Get a thermometer. You know?
We got used to it. It took me like 3 years to adopt her, so we just got used to the name now. We like it now.
Cool.
So kept it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And my hat is off to you for adopting 2 kids because you gave 2 kids a chance to live a normal life with 2 stable parents, three stable parents.
Really? Yeah, 3.
Yeah. So that I think my hat's off to you for doing that. Definitely.
They get to go to Disney World a lot too, and
Gee,
Universal. And
I like that.
Like every weekend.
Would you adopt me, please? I want to go to Disney World. Boy, do I miss that place.
Me too.
7:23. It's news time once again. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence appear to have come to a detente after nearly a week of silence, anger, and finger-pointing. A senior administration official says the two met Monday night in the Oval Office and had a good conversation. It was their first time speaking since last Wednesday when Trump incited his supporters to storm the Capitol building as Pence was presiding over the certification of November's election. Pence and his family were forced into hiding. The official says that during their conversation, Trump and Pence pledged to continue to work for the remainder of the term. Law enforcement officers are considered to be some of the most at risk to be exposed to COVID-19, but records show law enforcement officers and staff in our area are not rushing to get the vaccine. WPTV's Megan McRoberts has the story.
Well, unless they are 65 years old or older, right now law enforcement officers are not even eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. But many law enforcement officers in our area do not want it in the first place. Others want to wait at least 6 months or even a year. As COVID-19 vaccine appointments are in high demand and hard to come by, many law enforcement officers and staff in our area are not worried about that wait.
I was not surprised that a high number of my first responders would not be interested.
Martin Martin County Sheriff William Snyder says the Florida Sheriff's Association asked agencies to survey their employees to see how many vaccines they'll eventually need when the state opens up vaccines for law enforcement. In Martin County, just 35% of deputies and staff would want the vaccine. In St. Lucie County, only half of employees responded, and of those, just 25% want the vaccine immediately. In Indian River County, just 15%, and in Palm Beach County, 36%.
They're risk takers. They're young cops that are not afraid of things.
A lot of law enforcement, a lot of folks that have been out there on the front line since March, they've already had it.
When we found out some of the reasons, it was obviously not based on science. It was just what they picked up off the internet, what somebody had told them.
It prompted Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw to get the vaccine to encourage his employees to follow suit.
I need to get the people on the road and the people in the jail that work there, I need to get them vaccinated for their own safety. We've had 3 people die of this.
Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flower says he will also get the vaccine when he's eligible.
I'll set the example for our folks, and hopefully they'll follow my lead.
But all local sheriffs tell me they will support the personal decisions their employees make. Florida Police Union President John Kazanjian was also shocked by the lack of interest.
They were like, come on, guys, charge, let's go. And they're not behind me.
But he is still urging the governor to allow law enforcement officers to get the vaccine at the same priority as firefighters.
I said, what happened? How did we drop under the firefighters? It blew my mind. We need to be vaccinated. We are dealing with the worst of the worst, all right?
And the union president said if an officer does test positive for COVID-19 but refused the vaccine, they may have discussions about whether or not they would be eligible for workman's compensation. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
In October of 2020, the Port St. Lucie Police Department was awarded the CPD microgrant from the U.S. Department of Justice. This grant will be used to fund and develop a model traffic stop program, which will focus on educating our local youth. The model traffic stop coordinator will develop, educate, and instruct 10th grade drivers of the stresses related to being pulled over for both the driver and officer, teach various components of the traffic stop, and address concerns they have about being pulled over. This program will be called the Steve Brown Model Traffic Stop Program, named after the late Port St. Lucie Police School Resource Officer Steve Brown. And after being shut down by the pandemic, it will take a while for Miami-based Carnival Cruise Line to ramp up operations once it starts carrying paying passengers again.
We hope to have all of our ships operational by year end. Obviously, as I'm hoping what's happened so far in early 21 here is just a hangover from 2020.
Carnival CEO Arnold Donald says the company is retiring 19 ships across all of its brands as it looked to cut costs. And as we look at 2 sports, Alabama is the national champion of college football after crushing Ohio State 52-24 at Hard Rock Stadium. Crimson Tide head coach Nick Saban now has 7 national championships, breaking a modern era tie with the legendary Bear Bryant.
Bryant is, sort of in a class of his own in terms of what he was able to accomplish, what his record is. And, he's the one that made Alabama and the tradition at Alabama a place where lots of players wanted to come.
And Alabama finishes the season a perfect 13-0. Wow. Our news time is 7:29. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
So if you incurred roof damage in the last 2 years, Code Red Roofers is there to help you with all of your roofing needs. Code Red Roofers, the roofers who respond 24/7. And there are flexible payment options for metal, tile, shingle, or flat roofs. Code Red Roofers. Se habla español. Code Red Roofers, 844-4-CODE-RED. That's 844-4-CODE-RED.
$7:29 right now, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We're not finding any accidents to report all the way up in Fort Pierce, all the way down to Hope Sound, and even further south. The traffic moving smoothly both directions on the Turnpike. I-95 clear this morning. There's your latest look at traffic. And in Stewart, it's 62 degrees. In Ronda, Spain this morning, 45. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines. Waking up this morning to temperatures in the 50s and 60s. A little light rainfall out there and cloudy conditions to start off the day. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s. A mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated showers possible for this afternoon. Tonight, lows in the upper 50s under mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, cloudy skies during the day, then scattered rainfall possible overnight as another front moves into the area. Thursday, morning rainfall, then clearing conditions throughout the day, highs in the upper 60s.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Professionals at Mark Breckville Certified Public Accountants are proud to sponsor Treasure Coast Solutions, a community service program designed to provide information you can use, a local perspective on national issues, local solutions to meet your individual concerns. At our firm, we believe that information is knowledge, and with knowledge comes the power to have a positive impact on our lives, businesses, schools, and community. If you would like one of our professionals to address your personal financial or business concerns, please give us a call to set up an appointment at 220-3380.
Hello, this is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Hi, this is Denny Artachi, host of the Today with Denny show, where we talk about financial and healthy well-being from a common sense perspective. This is a show where we cover what's on your mind, like local, world, and entertainment news. So tune in, have fun, share your story Thursday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. on WSTU 1450 AM radio.
Fuel your reopening with the power of talk radio. WPSL and WSTU Digital on TuneIn worldwide and on Alexa at home, car, tablet, or phone.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Why you unfriending me? Why you unfriending me? Was it something that I said, or the lies and the disinformation I spread? You could have just muted my account instead, so why you unfriending me?
That's a play off Toy Stories. Why you got a friend in me. Woody sings that song, doesn't he, Bonnie, from Toy Story?
Woody.
Haven't you seen Toy Story before?
Yeah, we've seen Toy Story, and
I'm sure Jaden's watched it.
I've seen it a million times.
Right? See,
yeah.
Gary's watched it.
It is definitely like the theme song from Toy Story. Yes.
Right? Yeah, definitely so, without a doubt.
Done by the same guy, I think, who does Short People, right? I think.
Oh man, do I remember that song?
Yeah, the
Vertically Challenged People is the way I like to call it.
Okay, so the
Vertically
same.
Challenged.
I think the same guy that sings Short People actually does that theme song right there.
Oh, okay.
I have to look it up now to make
all right.
sure.
Well,
I'm making
what I
sense.
always tell you: go to Google. There's all your answers.
Yeah.
And while she's going there, let's do some stupid news.
And now it's time for Stupid News.
Would be Randy Newman.
Stupid and awesome.
Where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
All right, so we're going to go to Altoona, Pennsylvania first this morning, Bonnie, where 35-year-old Matthew Hazlitt is facing criminal trespass charges after he allegedly walked into a stranger's apartment and passed out on the couch. Okay, passed out on the couch, Gary.
Like Sleeping Beauty.
I've done that before.
You ever walked into a stranger's house and passed out on the couch?
It happens.
Okay. Well, police said Body's questioning him. Okay. What? Police said the suspect didn't know how or why he was there. According to the report, Hazlitt was snoring and not responding to police officers' original attempts to waking him up. Now, when officers finally got him to wake up, police said he was unable to state where he was currently located or where he came from prior to entering the apartment. Now, according to the police, the victim did not know Hazlitt in any manner. The answer may be a lie in the fact that during a search, police also found 15 stamp baggies containing a powdery substance and another baggie with a white residue in Hazlitt's pockets. He was arrested.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if he went in the refrigerator too while he was at it.
Yeah,
Since
well,
he was...
I want to know what Gary's doing going into people's strange places and sleeping on people's couches, Gary. What are you doing over there?
I used to drink a lot.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we should talk about it later.
Oh boy. Oh, boy. I just opened up a can of worms. Okay, somebody's going to be on the couch
Talk
tonight.
about it when we get home.
Hey, I got to apologize to my friend Nicole.
Yeah.
She threw me off with the last name thing.
Oh, okay.
She's using her husband's name, and it threw me off. I know Nicole.
Okay.
Can you give
Hey,
her
Nicole.
last...
Did you sleep on her couch?
No, I didn't sleep on Nicole's couch. No.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Just want to check. Let's
You
go
didn't
to...
sleep on my couch when you met me because I didn't have a couch.
Gee, I'm going to call my good friend Maury Povich and find out if Gary really is the father, okay? There we go. An Indiana man has been sentenced to 4 years and 10 months in federal prison for threatening his ex-wife over several years and mailing a dead rat to her Florida home.
Oh, wow.
Take that one, okay?
Could you imagine the smell of getting that in the mail?
Yeah, the guy's name
That's illegal?
Yeah, it's illegal. The guy's name is Romney Christopher Ellis, 57 years old, of Indianapolis, Indiana. He was sentenced last Tuesday in Tampa, according to court records. He pleaded guilty in April to making interstate threats and mailing injurious articles.
Man.
According to the criminal complaint, Ellis had engaged in a 4-year-long relationship of harassment against his ex-wife who lives in Tampa through text messages, photographs, videos, and mailings. He threatened to decapitate and set her on fire. Investigators said this in a news conference. He routinely made racially and sexually charged statements in the text messages, including sending sexually explicit images of himself. Ellis sent text messages stating that he had traveled from Indiana to Florida to see his ex-wife, and on one occasion, he mailed a package to the victim's home containing a dead rat and a black rose. He's currently awaiting trial with no bond.
What's the weirdest thing you ever sent in the mail?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
There was a time that they had to, like a time in history when they had to ban people sending kids through the mail.
Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah.
Kids?
Yeah.
Kids?
Through the mail?
Yeah, through the mail. I think it had to do with a mail service maybe being on the train. So if, maybe the parents, got angry at their kids, they would mail the kids to the to stay with the grandma.
Okay, very interesting.
They had to actually, there is a time in our history where they had to outlaw sending kids through the mail. Yeah.
Okay.
How many stamps does that take?
Yeah, really. That's a whole lot of postage.
Many stamps to get there.
Man. All right, talk about your instant karma in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. A man is facing charges after he was caught allegedly stealing a package from a home porch, then got stuck in the snow while he was trying to flee the scene.
I think there was a video out on that.
Yeah, there's a video out on that. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
The video of the incident appeared on Reddit.com and appears to show the 33-year-old suspect attempting to make off with the package before the home's front door swings open, and the person filming can be heard saying, quote, "That's done. You're done." The suspect then hops in his car, attempts to flee the scene before backing up on a snowbank, and then he gets stuck. The guy can then be seen getting in and out of the car, trying to remove the snow and free his front wheels, to no avail as the camera keeps rolling. Police eventually arrived, and they arrested the guy.
He shouldn't,
wow.
He shouldn't try to steal packages in snow. He should come to Florida and try to do it. No, he shouldn't do that either. But
well, there's no snow here in Florida.
I know.
He impounded the car. He went to jail all for a package of what?
All for just a package off the porch.
Yeah.
We have no idea what was in the package, Gary.
Yeah.
No idea at all whatsoever. All I know is that the guy went to jail.
Talk about having a bad day.
Yeah, that's beyond a bad day. This past Saturday night, a 33-year-old woman named Lindsay Stevens from Moselle, Mississippi, had a dream that her husband cheated on her. Okay? Now, Bonnie, have you ever had a dream that Gary, or Gary, have you ever had a dream that Bonnie cheated on you, either one of you?
I never have.
Bonnie?
I haven't.
Okay.
No.
Well, apparently the dream felt so real that when she woke up, she grabbed a knife and stabbed her husband several times while he was sleeping. How about that one?
Bonnie's done that before.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Okay. The guy needed surgery, but fortunately it looked like he's going to be okay.
Wow.
The girl, she was arrested for aggravated domestic assault.
And she blames it on a dream she was
blames
having.
it all on a dream that she was having.
Yeah, that dream was so real.
The dream was extremely real.
Wow.
Yeah. Not good.
I don't think that's going to hold up in court well for her.
No. Well, I guess when she goes to court, she'll definitely be daydreaming, without a doubt. Lastly, 29-year-old Daedrina Walker-Williams was on a Spirit Airlines flight to Portland, Oregon this past Sunday, and two little kids behind her would not stop kicking her seat. Okay, one of them was 3, and the other was 7. She claims she asked the mom to handle it more than once, but the mom ignored her. So Daedrina waited for the plane to land, grabbed her luggage from the overhead bin, and then attacked the mother right on the plane. She landed 2 or 3 punches, and the woman ended up with injuries to her head and her lips.
Wow.
Daedrina admitted to it, telling the police, "You just have to, quote, do what you got to do in that situation." Wow. She also claimed that the mom hit her first and punched her in the shoulder at some point, but no one else saw that happen. She is now facing felony assault and harassment charges.
The grown-ups acting worse than the kids in the situation.
Yeah.
And, kids will be kids. They're going to...
I feel bad for the lady whose seat got kicked.
Right?
I mean,
yeah.
She's got to go to jail.
Well, yeah. She went to jail.
I know.
But she should have never struck the mom.
Well, was she going to strike the kid?
Well, no.
Thank goodness she didn't strike the kid.
Thank God.
You're right.
Thank God she didn't strike the kid.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she had to hit the mom.
Well, okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Wow, you're just violent this morning.
I'm
That's
cranky.
okay.
I'm not used to being up this early.
That's all right. You're allowed. You're allowed the opinion.
You can tell how he would react to if somebody was kicking his seat.
God,
on
I
an
would
airplane
not.
or
I
anywhere.
would not want to sit behind you, Gary, on an airplane. Jeez.
I dare not kick his chair at home.
No, my gosh, he'll throw you out the window
Yeah.
into the barbecue or something.
I'll have to go walk around the block a little bit.
Wow. All right. Well, there's your news. There's your stupid news for January the 12th, 2021. And from stupid news, we go to the real stuff. Here's Bonnie with the headlines this morning.
Well, the man who was photographed carrying away House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's lectern during the U.S. Capitol protest is free on $25,000 bond. Adam Johnson of Manatee County appeared yesterday in federal court at Tampa. His lawyer, Dan Eckert, confirmed that his client is the person in the photo.
Yeah, we've got a photograph of our client who appears to be inside the federal building or inside the Capitol with government property.
Johnson is facing 3 felony charges in connection with his alleged role in the deadly Capitol assault. The town of Palm Beach received 1,000 COVID-19 vaccines due to a miscommunication among staff at the Florida Department of Health in Palm Beach County. WPTV's Contact 5 investigator Michael Bushner has more.
At this point, this is life and death for a lot of our seniors.
State Representative Emily Schlossberg tells Contact 5 she plans to ask Palm Beach County's top health official how the Department of Health is distributing COVID-19 vaccines after 1,000 doses went to the town of Palm Beach for town residents over the age of 65.
I really don't know what has played into the shipments getting to Palm Beach, the town of Palm Beach. But, we need to equitably distribute these vaccines throughout the entire county.
That we didn't have enough vaccine to do it.
Schlossberg's concerns come just days after Dr. Alina Alonso, the director of the Florida Department of Health in Palm Beach County, told Schlossberg and other state lawmakers about a miscommunication with her staff involving 1,000 doses of the vaccine. Here's how she described it to lawmakers without naming the town of Palm Beach.
This particular city was ready to do it. They called my staff. We need 1,000 doses. We're ready to do it. We have appointments. We have it set up. We have everything ready to go. They were given the vaccine. The next day, I sat down with our partners at the county in emergency management, and we looked at our vaccine and what was coming and the uncertainty of having enough vaccine, and we said, we cannot do that. We don't have sufficient vaccine to give all the cities that want to do this. So we stopped. But they had already gotten it.
Dr. Alonso also told lawmakers that she takes full responsibility and that she didn't communicate with her staff fast enough that her department didn't have enough vaccine to do it. The town's fire chief said in a January 10th letter that they contacted the Department of Health December 30th and to their delight were able to secure 1,000 doses. The most recent numbers available show 355 cases and 12 deaths specifically for the town of Palm Beach.
My constituents have been looking everywhere for these vaccines. And this would be a big deal for my constituents to get these vaccines.
But these were shipped off to Palm Beach.
But they were shipped off to Palm Beach for Palm Beach residents only.
In Palm Beach, Michael Butchner, WPTV News Channel 5.
Federal investigators are looking for the person who carved the word Trump on the back of a Florida manatee. Officials with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Florida's Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission began investigating the crime after the manatee was found Sunday with serious scarring with the president's name. The carving went through the layer of algae that covers the manatee's back. Haley Warrington found the manatee on Sunday during a manatee swim tour in Hermosa Springs. She said the manatee was asleep in shallow water at the time. She sent a video she took during a tour on Monday. Manatees are protected under the Endangered Species Act since 1963. Harassment of a manatee is a federal crime offense punishable by a $50,000 fine and up to 1 year in prison. Anyone with information on the incident can call the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation hotline at 888-404-3922. And lastly, Wilmer Valderrama bought the station wagon from that 70s show. Yesterday on the Kelly Clarkson show, he said, quote, "We were in the last season, and I went straight to the props department, and I go, listen, how much for the Vista Cruiser? They said $500, so I bought it. Honestly, it's the best thing I've ever acquired for my whole career. When I look at that car, it reminds me of when I was 18 years old, booking that 70s show and doing that opening sequence where we were just driving." Indianapolis Colts punter Roberto Sanchez said surgery to remove a cancerous tumor went well. The 4-year veteran who doubles as the Colts kickoff specialist made the announcement in a Twitter post Tuesday night, one day after he revealed the diagnosis on social media. Sanchez first learned he had a cancerous tumor late last week, and after consulting with doctors, decided to play Sunday in a key AFC South showdown with Tennessee. The Colts, 7-4, lost 45-26, falling one game behind the division-leading Titans. Our news time, 7:49. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
I stepped into St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins, I figured it would just be one of my many stops on my road to the perfect engagement ring.
My fiancée means the world to me, so I wanted something extra special. I found a huge selection of engagement rings at great prices, and my worry about finding the perfect engagement ring was quickly replaced with exceptional customer service. St. Lucie Jewelry's over 400 five-star reviews really told the story. I finally picked a ring, and it was perfect. She was floored. And then the tears came.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy, owner of St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We're now celebrating 26 years, voted best diamond dealers, best jewelry buyers, and best jeweler year after year. Come celebrate with us in opening our third location at 1335 St. Lucie West Boulevard next to Publix. We invite you to take a tour of our competition, but then come see us last.
7:50 the time right now, the Get Up and Go show. It's the Tuesday edition, time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, we have a nice ride. So far, so good on a Tuesday morning. Treasure Coast, if you're heading out, I'll tell you what, if you got to get there by 8:30, you don't have to drive very fast. We're not seeing tie-ups, no accidents out on the roads. There's your latest look at traffic. Here in Stewart, clear sky, 64 right now, and in southeast England, it's 46. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines. Waking up this morning to temperatures in the 50s and 60s. A little light rainfall out there and cloudy conditions to start off the day. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, a mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated showers possible for this afternoon. Tonight, lows in the upper 50s under mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, cloudy skies during the day, then scattered rainfall possible overnight as another front moves into the area. Thursday, morning rainfall, then clearing conditions throughout the day, highs in the upper 60s.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Entrepreneur or business owner along the Treasure Coast? Well, then you should be tuning in to Small Biz Florida from the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Hi, I'm Tom Kindred, your host for Small Biz Florida. Entrepreneurs and business owners will learn how the Florida SBDC and IRSC can help you start, grow, and accelerate your business.
Monday mornings at 11 on WSTU 1450 and worldwide on WPFLTV.com.
The Slim Body Laser Spa, the wait is over.
What are you waiting for? Call the Slim Body Laser Spa in Stewart today and start losing inches today. That's right, lose belly fat, your double chin, flabby thighs, upper arm fat. Well, you get the picture. In a short series of laser-assisted weight loss treatments, you can lose inches of unwanted fat. Call 223-5885.
The Slim Body Laser Spa, the wait is over.
Lose weight, feel great, and look fantastic with a little help from Dr. Fred J. Rizacker of Slim Body Laser Spa, East Ocean Boulevard in Stewart. And they're online. Visit their website, slimbodylaser.com. In a few short treatments, you'll see results. Lose 3, 6, even 9 inches of unwanted belly fat. The wait is over. Call today, 223-5885. That's 223-5885.
The Slim Body Laser Spa, the wait is over.
Hi, I'm Chris Hodgins with My Florida Insurance Broker, and I'm here today with my daughter, Sage.
Hello.
Sage, why don't you tell everybody what kind of insurance we do?
Home insurance, car insurance, life insurance, and flood insurance.
If you've had a rate hike or 2 or 5, hopefully not 10, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Sage, what's our number?
772-617-6777.
What's the name of our company again?
My Florida Insurance Broker.
Today in Ag News on the Southeast Ag Network, the National Cotton Council held their virtual 2021 Beltway Cotton Conferences last week. NCC Vice President of Economics and Policy Analysis, Jody Campeacci, provided attendees with a cotton market outlook for this year's crop.
You know, I think we will see some competition from corn and soybeans this year. Soybeans are at a very high level, the highest level they've been in quite some time. And, you know, corn's high too, and cotton prices are good right now too. But when you look at those ratios and you look at just the cost of production for some of those crops and some of the issues faced by producers in the Southeast this year, we may see some producers decide that they're not going to grow cotton this year. They might switch to corn or soybeans. But the current drought monitor shows we're still in a severe drought situation in the Southwest. So what that means is that as we go into the 2021 planting season, soil moisture conditions are likely going to be lower, and that will obviously impact planting conditions and impact the crop for 2021. So obviously there's a lot of factors that could come into this. We'll have to kind of watch and see where prices are in the spring. I think as we go forward, we'll just kind of see what happens with clothing, stores in the U.S. So lots of things to think about for the 2021 crop year.
More Camp Peachy's comments can be found on our website, southeastagnet.com.
For generations, we've worked the land. We've faced hardships and uncertainty before, but you can depend on Florida's farmers. We will continue to rise before dawn and harvest our crops, ensuring that Florida-grown fruits and vegetables are in your stores and that your family is fed. We are providers for our families and yours. We're Florida's farmers, and we're in this together.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
You're amazing at guitar, honey.
This guitar doesn't even have any strings, you guys.
It's the magic of TV. They can't tell.
Nobody can tell.
Hey there, America. I'm usually happy, yeah, but 2021 has got me feeling kind of crappy. Yeah, it's true.
Woo!
There's a pandemic and a coup.
It's fine.
Other things too. This January, my dear wife and I were thinking we would start living more healthy and would totally quit drinking. Then week 1, we had a dang insurrection. And we were done.
6 days, that's all we lasted.
Oh, this year is killing me. We failed a dry January.
That's the Holderness family. They supply us with all our parody songs. That's their latest. It's called Hey There, America. You can search them up on YouTube. Just look for them under Holderness Family, and they're very gracious with us. They let us use their parody songs on our radio program, Bonnie.
I hope we can have the whole family into the studio one day to
that
visit.
Just is not going to happen.
Won't that be fun?
I can tell you that's definitely not going to happen.
How many? Is it a really big family?
Just
How many?
4 of them.
Yeah.
It's a mom, a dad, and 2 kids.
I wish they could come here and visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great little family, though.
They've been doing these parodies about the COVID, and Evan, this whole COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Russian gymnast. Her name is Daria.
Okay.
She won a gold medal in 2008.
Okay.
And she had lost her home when she lit a candle. Her cat knocked it over.
Oh, no.
And she couldn't smell the smoke because of COVID.
Oh, no.
Couldn't smell that smoky smell, but fortunately
You think her eyes would be burning.
Burning, yeah,
right?
The burning sensation. She was able to escape. But, yeah, she...
Wow.
Yeah.
How's the cat?
Who, Big Kitty? Our cat? Our cat that calls the show?
The one who knocked over the candle.
Oh.
I don't have a follow-up to see if the kitty escaped the fire either.
Okay.
Fortunately, the gymnast, she did escape.
All right. So speaking of cats, Gary.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite cat at your house? Hansi or Jack Frosty?
I'm not a cat person.
Oh, so you don't like the cats. So let me guess.
I don't hate the cats. I'm just not a cat person.
Okay. All right. You're not a cat person.
I
Do you
think-
change the litter at least?
No, she does.
Okay.
Hans
They're
is
her
So on
cats.
her.
They're her cats. She
Yeah,
tries
Hans
to-
seems to be the closest to him.
Okay.
Hans will come up to Gary and, kind of want to cuddle up once in a while.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, when Gary's
He likes
sleeping, he
massages.
does it the most.
Wow. So Gary likes to pet the kitty, basically.
He massages
You
Hans.
pet the kitty. That's
I
it.
massage him.
He
Yeah.
massages the kitty.
Right.
Okay. Very good. Very good. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. And then Sheriff William Snyder is going to be here, large in charge, talking all things Martin County. We'll let the band play on, Fredo and the Shy Guys. That's our Get Up and Go show band. We'll let them entertain you all the way up until the news comes up top of the hour. We'll be back.
Democrats starting the process they hope gets President Trump out of office before Joe Biden takes over in 8 days. Congressman David Cicilline told Fox they must
stand up and defend against an effort to overthrow a duly elected president.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, House Democrats will start a 24-hour clock for Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment, which he is expected to ignore before moving on one article of impeachment, incitement of insurrection. Republican Congressman Ken Buck, who opposes impeachment, told The Story with Martha McCallum a full investigation of the Capitol has not been done.
I think we know some of the things that happened during the day, but we don't know all the things that happened.
Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger has said he would vote to impeach. Politico reports House GOP Conference Chair Liz Cheney is considering it. Dave?
Rachel, there's something else being worried about.
Fox News has learned there are security concerns from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle ahead of an impending impeachment vote because measures like fencing and National Guard deployment are not fully in place.
Fox's Griff Jenkins, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy says President Trump told him he does accept some blame for last week's Capitol attack. And later today, the president will make his first public appearance since addressing the rally of protesters last week. They'll go to Texas to tout border wall construction. The CDC wants everyone over age 65 to get the coronavirus vaccine. As the AP reports, the Trump administration's pushing states to pick up the speed and the pace of shots.
Coast to coast, medical experts say the effort is falling behind. According to the CDC, nationally, 65% of vaccines remain unused.
Fox's Alex Hogan, they filled the streets in Tuscaloosa last night, celebrating Alabama's next college football championship. The Crimson Tide rolled over Ohio State 52-24. America's listening to Fox News.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? Yeah, they're coming, but you can do a lot more than just wait. See, you have the power to help slow the spread. Actually, you could be a real difference maker and protect your family and loved ones, too. Here's how. Watch your distance. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them, too, no matter how far apart you are. And, of course, avoid crowds. Also, wear a mask. CDC reports that masks protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them from particles that carry the virus. And wash your hands, using soap and water for 20 seconds, and do it frequently. Watch your distance, wear a mask, and wash your hands. Simple, effective, and along with vaccines, they're how you can make a big difference.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
While flags have been at half-staff honoring the Capitol Police officer who was killed confronting rioters in last week's attack, other officers are under scrutiny.
Ohio Democrat Tim Ryan says one officer who was seen taking a selfie with protesters who entered the Capitol and another officer who wore a Make America Great Again hat have been suspended as part of an investigation. Ryan says he's urging new leadership at U.S. Capitol Police to be open and transparent about last week's breach of the Capitol.
We have to begin to reestablish trust with the United States Capitol Police because of what happened.
Ryan says there is no evidence of any insider assistance from police. One officer died from injuries police say after he engaged physically with demonstrators. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Because of what happened last week, New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick, who's won 6 Super Bowls for his team, says he will not accept the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Belichick said in a statement, remaining true to the people, the team, and the country he loves outweighs the benefits of an individual award. A murderer on death row is borrowing more time, likely delaying the first federal execution of a woman in almost 70 years.
2 rulings from the federal court Monday may have saved the life of convicted killer Lisa Montgomery. A federal judge ordered a stay of execution to hold hearings to determine if she's mentally competent to be executed. The Justice Department filed a notice of appeal, but the Federal Appeals Court upheld the stay. Montgomery was to be lethally injected today for strangling a pregnant woman in 2004 and stealing her unborn baby. Barring a successful appeal to the Supreme Court, her execution would be pushed past next week's inauguration. President-elect Biden has said he opposes the death penalty. Jack Callahan, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising the day after the Dow and the NASDAQ fell from their record highs. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Are you looking for a career with good pay and growth opportunities? Then register today for Indian River State College's Certified Logistics Associate Training Program. Hi, I'm Joe Gorham with IRSC's Corporate and Community Training Institute. The CLA course provides students with the foundational broad knowledge you will need to understand the world of distribution. The course includes training in the global supply chain, logistics environment, safe equipment operation, material handling equipment, quality control, workplace communication, teamwork, and problem solving. Upon completion, students will have the opportunity to earn a nationally recognized industry certification. Start your career path today and earn more in the dynamic field of distribution for companies like Amazon, Walmart, CVS, and others. For more information on the Lincoln Park Career Pathways Program, contact Melanie George at 462-7395. 462-7395.
Whoa, great food.
First-class presentation, too. I'm impressed.
Do you use catering services for client seminars and other marketing activities? Do you sometimes have working lunches? Then you know how important it is to make a great impression. You'll make that great impression with chef-prepared business catering from Ellie's Downtown Deli. From simple box lunch drop-offs to buffet setup and breakdown, you'll always enjoy tasty cuisine tastefully presented. And with Ellie's Downtown Deli, going first class costs no more than settling for a mundane meal.
This is Chef Mark Muller of Ellie's Downtown Deli. Drop by or give me a call to find out why our business catering means business for your business.
Ellie's Downtown Deli, located at 18 Southeast 6th Street, Stuart, just off Colorado Avenue. Call 772-781-6605 or visit elliesdowntowndeli.com.
You are listening to WSTU, Stuart, Jupiter, and Indiantown, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
8:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Tuesday edition, and as always, we are graced with his presence. He is the Sheriff of Martin County. Sheriff William Snyder joins us on our line this morning. Good morning, Sheriff.
Hey, good morning, Evan. Good morning, Bonnie. Good morning, Martin County.
Good morning, and we're glad to have you back, Sheriff
Yes,
Snyder.
welcome back. We missed you.
Thank you.
We missed you very, very much. People are starting to ask where the sheriff is.
Well, the sheriff was in the high mountains of the Rockies in Yellowstone, snowmobiling with. I was with my son David and my other son John, who's on his way to Tallahassee, and
wow,
we found some powder snow high up in the mountains, and spent 3 days there.
Wow, congratulations!
We
nice
are
to spend
so
some family
jealous.
time. Yeah, we're really jelly. Wow,
it was great.
It must
Good
have
to
been...
be home, though. Good to be home.
You didn't
Back
fall
here.
off the snowmobile, did you?
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, and it fell on me.
Oh no!
Yeah, I took one good roll and was able to kick it off as it was coming down.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, one of my sons, I can't name which, took a header over the front handlebars.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And was fine, though. So.
Okay. All right. Let me, I can almost guess which one it was, but we don't want to throw.
I can't give it up.
No, we don't
There's
want to
no
throw
way.
him under the bus. No, we just can't do that because it could be the one that's going to be here in studio, so we never know. And
You'll never know.
Yeah, speaking of, one of your sons is going to be State Representative Snyder is going to be here in studio with us, I think, in another week or so.
I look forward to listening.
Yeah, definitely. We look forward to having him.
And we look forward to having him here, Sheriff.
Yeah. We got to get you in studio one Tuesday morning with us, Sheriff Snyder. We have
to. I look better on radio when you can't see me.
Well, I'll turn the cameras off if you're in here. How's that?
We've
okay?
seen you on TV, too.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah,
you look fine.
You're a fine-looking gentleman there. You know, you could make it in here.
All right.
So anyway, first and foremost, congratulations on another term. You were just sworn in recently by your son.
Thank you. Yes, I look forward to 4 years. I want to see this. At the end of this next 4 years, God willing, I want to see Martin County safer and more secure and served by an even better sheriff's office than what they have today.
Exactly. There's always, they say nobody is a perfect 10. There's always room for improvement in anything in life, so to speak. And you're in you just made a great testimonial pertaining to that.
Well, that's the way we look at it, all of us at the Sheriff's Office.
Let's talk a little bit about COVID shots for the deputies. Law enforcement is among the second phase of people prioritized to getting the COVID vaccine. The million-dollar question is, are the deputies interested in taking the vaccine? And when we suspect that they will be here for the deputies?
I think that in some ways that the men and women at the Sheriff's Office are a microcosm of the whole of society.
Okay.
And we have some that want to take it, but I was on Channel 5 last night with Megan McRoberts, and she asked me the same question. She had a public records request. The Florida Sheriff's Association did a survey, and right around 35% of law enforcement up and down the Treasure Coast said that they would take the shot. And she was curious why, such an apparently small number. And the answer is, I think, is that my people are young and they feel good and they're risk takers. Cops are just inherent, inveterate risk takers.
Mm-hmm.
And so they see themselves somewhat as invulnerable. I think they should take it, and I'm going to urge them to take it. But it's a matter of personal choice.
So it's not mandatory. You're not making this mandatory. This is by personal choice if the law enforcement officer wants to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah, it's too personal. It would be too invasive, I think, of their rights for us to mandate it. And frankly, a lot of us have had it already. I have the antibodies. I mean, it's swept through the sheriff's office. So I believe some of those low numbers reflect the fact that those with antibodies are probably more likely to keep checking to see how good their antibodies are rather than take a vaccine.
Right. So you had COVID-19 is what you're saying. That's why you
had
had the antibodies.
I did back in February of last year before anybody knew what was going on.
Oh, my.
One of the first cases.
Wow.
And Sheriff Snyder, I'm glad you're feeling that way, that it should be kind of left up to a matter of personal choice. I kind of like that consideration.
Well, yeah, especially something that personal, to put a needle in your arm and take a vaccine, no matter how many years. Some people, the flu vaccine's been around forever, and some people just are not vaccine people. And I really hope our government doesn't go down the trail of taking away personal liberty and telling us we have to have it to whatever.
Absolutely.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a kind of a semi-personal question. How did the COVID affect you personally, with your condition? Because you're a healthy gentleman for your age. How did it affect you?
I had 2 days of respiratory. I just had I tend to get a chest congestion once a year or so. So I just thought it was that. COVID was barely being talked about in February. It had just come across. And after about 2 days of feeling a little feverish, I was fine. I didn't lose my taste. It was nothing debilitating. And really, thankfully, I'll just tell you what happened. Not knowing about COVID, I kept coming to work, and nobody else got sick. So,
Yeah. My 29-year-old currently has it now. He lives down in Miami, but he went for maybe a day and a half, 2 days, with just feeling fatigued and a slight headache. That was it. And then all of a sudden, on the mend, feeling better, feeling like nothing ever happened, still has a sense of taste, sense of smell. Again, it affects people differently.
Yeah, I think the takeaway, and because your whole show's going to be about COVID, but I think the takeaway is that you're probably much better off taking it and avoiding the possibility of getting a disease that could leave you with hardly any troubles, or could leave you with respiratory ills for the rest of your life. But no matter what, no matter how dangerous COVID is, no matter how safe people say the vaccine is, it's a personal decision.
Exactly. Let's carry on with our conversation this morning. Let's talk a little bit about the latest scam that's out there. It's the puppy/pet scam. Because of everybody being in lockdown, many people are lonely. What are they doing? They're turning to pets. Where are they getting them from? Well, the internet. Not a good thing.
No, and we've already gotten word from other agencies that because of this phenomenon, people staying home and thinking they could get all kinds of, cats, dogs, parrots, things that people tend to have around that break the silence, and they're doing it online because they don't want to go out, and they're finding themselves putting deposits or paying for a pet that doesn't exist. It's just a scam. We haven't had it in Martin County, but if it's anywhere, it will end up here.
Wow. What do you suggest to people that want to contemplate this? Obviously, don't go and buy your pet on the internet. That's the most ridiculous thing to do, is to buy a pet on the internet.
It's the way people buy everything today. We buy everything from our vitamins. Now you can buy cars on the internet. I don't think that it's 100% a terrible idea, as opposed to it's just like buying anything. You just have to do due diligence, do your research. If you've met someone online who says, "Yeah, don't go to the shop where you can catch COVID or whatever. I'll meet you somewhere and I'll sell you the dog. I'll come to your house. But I need a deposit, or I need to be paid in advance." Don't do that. You don't pay for something you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I usually like to have it in my possession first before I'm paying for it.
And we have a place at the Martin County Sheriff's Office at 800 Monterey Road where there's a space designated for exactly this behavior. We have cameras on it 24/7. It's watched by dispatch. And you can meet there and do everything in front of the sheriff's office on video.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is call the sheriff's office and say, "Hey, I'm out here. Would you glance down?" And we've got you.
That's where I do all my deals when I sell things privately, Sheriff. I do it at the City of Port St. Lucie Police Department, and they actually have parking spaces with signs in the parking spots that say, "Do your online transaction here." So
yeah, we have the same thing. I don't remember the wording.
Yeah.
But there's a big sign that clearly indicates that it's the space that's being monitored by the sheriff.
Right. And even as far as going into the lobby, I usually will go right into the lobby because the lobby is open at the City of Port St. Lucie. So I'll go in there. I just did a transaction about 2 weeks ago. I was selling a laptop online. A gentleman met me there. He was kind of apprehensive at first to buy it from me at the police station. And then when I explained to him that the reason I'm doing it is for his protection and my protection, because I don't know who he is. He does not know who I am. Therefore, it's a double whammy, and I'm looking out for both him and myself.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense.
Sheriff Snyder, I think your deputies have even met realtors in the area in the past, haven't you? Like if a realtor is showing a potential buyer a home, and then they have to meet that buyer at the home, not knowing who they're meeting. I think I heard of the sheriff's office here, meeting buyers and sellers at those home sites.
Yes, we have an official policy for realtors that if they call and say they're going to meet a client and they feel just a little tinge of trepidation, we'll send a deputy to stand by. We're glad to do that. And we instituted that years ago after a particularly bad situation where a realtor, was actually a carjacking. Very, very unusual circumstance.
Wow.
Wow.
But so realtors are welcome to do do that anytime.
Okay. Lastly, just very quickly, I want to get an idea and an update on what's going on at the sheriff's office. If people need to go down for any kind of business, whether it's fingerprinting, whatnot, what's the situation going on when people come to the office?
We're doing everything now on a limited basis.
Okay.
But you can get what you need. You can get copies of reports. You can get your fingerprints taken. We have a big tent set out this time of year. It's really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just come to the door, our desk, a deputy will come out. There's seating out there under the tent outside. If everybody just stays socially distant, wears their mask, we can carry on any business. We'll give you copies of reports, get you property returned to you that was found. Anything, the myriad of things we do in the lobby are all good to go.
Okay. Bring a picnic basket, sit under the tent, get your report, and you're all good to go.
Bonnie is our desk detective, and if you bring a picnic basket, she might share it with you while you get your copy.
Nice.
I absolutely love it. Picnic and a report all in one. Sheriff William Snyder, always a pleasure to have you on the program. We look forward to speaking with you next week.
It's my pleasure, Evan. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
God bless you all as well. 8:20 news time right now. Let's go to the news desk, and here's Bonnie with the headlines.
Thanks, Evan. The messaging app Parker is offline after being removed by 3 tech companies, citing violent content. But the social media platform, popular among conservatives, is fighting back with a lawsuit. WPTV's Ryan Hughes has the story.
Parler is the only social media platform that protects your constitutional right to free speech.
The alternative social media platform made popular by conservatives and supporters of President Trump has gone silent after Amazon, Google, and Apple pulled the plug and removed Parler from its servers.
It made an attempt to not only kill the apps, but to actually destroy the entire company. And it's not just these 3 companies, every vendor.
Parler CEO calling it devastating and an assault on its users after being pulled from the app stores. Amazon cites content that it says, quote, clearly encourage and incite violence. One example, a picture of people on the ground in the Capitol last week with the caption, violence works, make them afraid.
And this seems to me like an excuse to just basically eliminate free speech at a convenient time, for them.
I think what we're seeing with Parler, with Twitter, with social media is that there is kind of a lack of understanding of the concept of the First Amendment among many Americans.
But Andrew Silapak, a social media professor at the University of Florida, says this is not a violation of free speech, but the boot by big tech companies is unprecedented and needs to be taken seriously.
Where the big concern is that a platform could just be completely taken off the internet. And this is something that could then happen for any social media platform, any website.
Parler launched in 2018, but grew quickly after the election and was an unmoderated open platform. Now Parler is suing Amazon, seeking to restore its web service.
If I was to make a prediction, I would say that what we will see from Parler is that they will find a way to exist moving forward. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them, but they probably won't make a return anytime soon to Apple or Google's Play stores.
Ryan Hughes, WPTV, News Channel 5.
The man who was photographed carrying away House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's lectern during the U.S. Capitol protest is free on $25,000 bond. Adam Johnson of Manatee County appeared yesterday in federal court at Tampa. His lawyer, Dan Eckert, confirmed that his client is the person in the photo.
Yeah, we've got a photograph of our client who appears to be inside the federal building or inside the Capitol with government property.
Johnson is facing 3 felony charges in connection with his alleged role in the deadly Capitol assault. Mass vaccinations for seniors have begun in St. Lucie County. Clint Sperber, the administrator of the Florida Department of Health in St. Lucie County, said these shots are by appointment only and they're at the mercy of the state's supply chain. Sperber said, "We emphasize and know demand is very high, and that's a good thing. That means people want to get vaccinated, and the vaccine will eventually get us out of this virus." Sperber also stated you can register through their website, but adds even if it says the event is closing, it's important to get on their waiting list. The supply chain coming into the state of Florida, we don't know more than a week in advance how much vaccine we're going to receive, said Sperber. Another max vaccination site will be set up next week in Port St. Lucie. The city of Fort Pierce announced Monday that a public service grant opportunity program will provide grant awards up to $5,000 to nonprofit public service agencies that serve Fort Pierce individuals and families who earn very low or moderate incomes. The public service grant opportunity opened on January 11 and remains open to accept applications until 3 p.m. on Friday, February 5. Grants will be awarded for many types of projects and programs. The funding comes from the U.S. Housing Department. To be considered for funding, applications must be received via email. The 2020-2021 Public Service Grant Guidance and application can be accessed online at grantsadministration@cityoffortpierce.com. And to find out more, you can call 772-467-3169. Lastly, if you need more proof we treat our pets like actual kids, here you go. Ben & Jerry's just launched 2 ice cream flavors made specifically for dogs. They're called doggy desserts, and instead of dairy, they used sunflower butter as the base so it's easier on dogs' stomachs. There's a peanut butter and pretzel flavor called Ponch's Mix, and a cookie and pumpkin combo called Rosie's Batch. Yikes! That dog really wants that treat. They're going to hit stores nationwide this month. Each 4-ounce cup costs $3 or $5 for a 4-pack. For the 6th time in the last 12 seasons, the Alabama Crimson Tide are the national champions of college football. Alabama earned a 52-24 win over the Ohio State Buckeyes on Monday night in the college football playoff national championship. Our news time is 8:26. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
The first time I stepped into St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins, I figured it would just be one of my many stops on my road to the perfect engagement ring. My fiancée means the world to me, so I wanted something extra special. I found a huge selection of engagement rings at great prices, and my worry about finding the perfect engagement ring was quickly replaced with exceptional customer service. St. Lucie Jewelry's over 400 5-star reviews really told the story. I finally picked a ring, and it was perfect. She was floored. And then the tears came.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy, owner of St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We're now celebrating 26 years, voted best diamond dealers, best jewelry buyers, and best jeweler year after year. Come celebrate with us in opening our 3rd location at 1335 St. Lucie West Boulevard next to Publix. We invite you to take a tour of our competition, but then come see us last.
8:27 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We're not finding any accidents on our roads this morning. Throughout the entire morning, it hasn't really been a busy one right here. Traffic-wise, we've been good. No tie-ups, no accidents. There's your latest look at traffic. Palm City this morning at 64. And in Hampton, Virginia, a cloudy sky, 42 right now. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines. Waking up this morning to temperatures in the 50s and 60s. A little light rainfall out there and cloudy conditions to start off the day. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s. A mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated showers possible for this afternoon. Tonight, lows in the upper 50s under mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, cloudy skies during the day, then scattered rainfall possible overnight as another front moves into the area. Thursday, morning rainfall, then clearing conditions throughout the day, highs in the upper 60s.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
So if you incurred roof damage in the last 2 years, Code Red Roofers is there to help you with all of your roofing needs. Code Red Roofers, the roofers who respond 24/7. And there are flexible payment options for metal, tile, shingle, or flat roofs. Code Red Roofers, Say habla español. Code Red Roofers, 844-4-CODE-RED. That's 844-4-CODE-RED.
So, have you heard this one? A priest and a rabbi come into this radio station. Really, it's a priest and a rabbi. Right here, Friday mornings beginning at 9. Here on WSTU, AM 1450. Bring your questions and join their lively conversation with Father Christian from St. Mary's Episcopal Church and Rabbi Matt Durbin from the Temple Beit Hayim. It's a priest and a rabbi. Friday mornings at 9 here on WSTU.
Are you an entrepreneur or business owner along the Treasure Coast? Well, then you should be tuning in to Small Biz Florida from the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Hi, I'm Tom Kindred, your host for Small Biz Florida. Entrepreneurs and business owners will learn how the Florida SBDC and IRSC can help you start, grow, and accelerate your business.
Monday mornings at 11 on WSTU 1450 and worldwide on WPSLTV.com.
Here's a quick tip. If you're ever stumped for a business you can trust, the Martin County Business Exchange has more than 70 companies you can count on for good service and fair prices. Whether it's for you, your house, or your office, get online at mcbiz.us. You'll find local businesses you can count on for quality, service, and fair prices. Visit mcbiz.us. Martin County Business Exchange. It's just good business.
What is your quality of life? The Owen Insurance Group plans on improving it on our Quality of Life radio show Tuesday mornings at 10 on both WPSL and WSTU. Hi, I'm Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. Along with Tom Bouvier, we'll help you on the road of life and make it a better one. Don't forget the Quality of Life radio show Tuesdays at 10 on WPSL and WSTU on TuneIn and Alexa.
Fuel your reopening with the power of talk radio. WPSL and WSTU Digital on TuneIn worldwide and on Alexa at home, car, tablet, or phone.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
8:32 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time to go to outer space, where Randy Segal is standing by right now. And Randy, good morning. How are you today?
I am fine, sir, and good morning to you, too.
I saw there was an undocking yesterday. Am I correct?
No.
Oh, no, it didn't happen.
Nope, it did not happen.
Okay.
And the reason it didn't happen was because of weather in the ocean.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
so they can't just undock and just kind of float around in space until the weather clears up?
Well, what they do is in this case, they don't want to undock because you want to save fuel and you want to have last-minute loading availability for that cargo craft.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we, too, had like a 60% go yesterday, but it sounds like it had gone the other way.
Yep. They decided not to. And as a result of that, they are preparing for a undocking at just about 9 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
Wow. Very
nice.
cool. All right. Well, let us know what's going on in this day in history, if you would.
Yes, sir. On this date in history, in 1907, Sergei Korolev was born in Russia. In this case, it was Ukraine, and Sergei Korolev is recognized as the father of the Soviet space program. It was his designs that allowed them to have the first human in space and the first satellite into space. In 1986, NASA launched its STS-61C space shuttle. And in this particular launch of the space shuttle, it was Shuttle Columbia, and it included the second African-American shuttle pilot and former NASA administrator Charles Bolden, the first Costa Rican-born astronaut Franklin Chang Diaz, and the second sitting politician to fly in space, Florida's own Representative Bill Nelson. So, big day in history. It was the last shuttle mission before the Space Shuttle Challenger's disaster. In 1997, STS-81 was launched. In this particular mission, they docked with the Mir space station. And then in 2005, NASA launched the Deep Impact. This was a spacecraft that impacted an asteroid and deployed a lander. So a lot went on in space. As we said, NASA is getting ready to bring back home the cargo craft that's been attached to the International Space Station for about a month now. The weather is good, and they intend to bring it back home today, chock full of everything from rodents to heart tissue to a lot of stuff. In fact, by using the newer version of the Dragon spacecraft, they're able to get more experiments inside and bring back, as well as bring up when they did launch it 6 months ago. So we're waiting, and hopefully that'll be successful. At about 9 o'clock, they should undock. The Russians have announced that they are withdrawing the approval for Andrei Babkin to be the backup astronaut for the next space shuttle mission, next space station mission taking place from Russia. That will be in April. Instead, they have said that Oleg Artsemeyev was approved to be the flight engineer on that backup mission. It's interesting to note that backups tend to fly shortly thereafter. The main team for the next mission is Oleg Novitsky, Peter Dubrov, and Sergei Korsakov. And then there are 3 Russian astronauts who are now backing up, namely Anton Sheplerev, Andrei Babkin is no longer there, and Dmitry Petlin. So changes are taking place to meet mission requirements. Speaking about mission requirements, NASA has extended a pair of missions that have been ongoing for some time now. The first mission that was extended was the Juno mission, which is in orbit around Jupiter since July 4th of 2016. It's been approved for a 4-year extension through September of 2025 if the spacecraft remains in operation. This will give NASA the opportunity to view some of the moons that are around Jupiter, namely the icy moon Europa, Ganymede, and the volcanic moon Io. NASA has also extended the InSight mission on Mars. That mission has been extended through December of 2022. InSight will continue to measure seismic tremors on Mars and producing data to help scientists unravel the internal structure of the red planet. So more is being done by extending missions rather than paying for a whole new mission to begin. In fact, the Boeing company has been providing solar arrays for the orbital station, and now they're going to be providing additional solar arrays, 6 more, that will increase the power on the space station. The old arrays that have been on board are still working fine, but by having the additional ones, the new hardware will offer a 20 to 30% increase in power, helping to maximize the station's capabilities. The FAA and NASA have signed a memorandum of understanding strengthening the partnership in commercial space activity. The memorandum supports commercial space activities related to the transport of government and non-government passengers, cargo, and payloads for both the orbital and suborbital missions, an important step for the U.S. to take. The State Duma in Russia has said they want to make April 12th, which is the anniversary date of Yuri Gagarin's first space flight, and only space flight, becoming the first human in orbit, as a national holiday. Their proposal was put into the Duma, very interestingly, by a cosmonaut. Yep. The State Duma deputy, Elena Serova, has suggested that date. Lastly, I want to tell you that Thiol Atlantica was given a $398.717 billion contract to build the European section of the Gateway module around the moon. Tomorrow we'll tell you about a ESA director who has resigned and just how far Voyager 2 is out in space. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Segal with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at 8:30. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie is standing by with some very, very delectable treats. And I think Gary wants to, beeline it out the door and go there, doesn't he?
He wanted to go to Ellie's Deli this morning. We might arrive there shortly after 10 for fresh jumbo wraps. And I know Gary wants the monster sandwich that he was telling him about,
and he's got to get that cookie that's bigger than your head.
Yes.
Half-pound cookie.
Gary and I couldn't share that one. We'll split it in half.
There you go.
But, Chef Mark is having a nice event coming up this Sunday, too, Evan. He wants to invite families to the Kai Kai Vegetable Farm this coming Sunday.
I love that place. Yeah. I know exactly where it is.
And, it's a gourmet 5-course meal that they're preparing with a spectacular dining experience there. The event's going to include wine pairings with the meal. The wine to just complement the food perfectly. They're going to have award-winning coffees out there. It's live music. And Evan, you said you've been there on Canner Highway, right?
I've done a few weddings out west there. Yes.
Yeah.
Great place.
8006 Southwest Canner Highway. That's in Stuart.
Yep.
So for event tickets, it looks like you can go to kaikaifarm.com, KAIKAIfarm.com, and let's see. I have another ticket address. You can go to www.eventeny.com, or you can contact Chef Mark too at Ellie's Downtown Deli at 772-781-6605. That event is this Sunday. Incredible. And Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
Time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,844.80 an ounce, and silver opening up at $25.16 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:42, it's news time. Let's go to the news desk once again. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks once again, Evan. Law enforcement officers are considered to be some of the most at risk to be exposed to COVID-19, but records show law enforcement officers and staff in our area are not rushing to get the vaccine. WPTV's Megan McRoberts has the story.
Well, unless they are 65 years old or older, right now law enforcement officers are not even eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. But many law enforcement officers in our area do not want it in the first place. Others want to wait at least 6 months or even a year. As COVID-19 vaccine appointments are in high demand and hard to come by, many law enforcement officers and staff in our area are not worried about that wait.
I was not surprised that a high number of my first responders would not be interested.
Martin County Sheriff William Snyder says the Florida Sheriff's Association asked agencies to survey their employees to see how many vaccines they'll eventually need when the state opens up vaccines for law enforcement. In Martin County, just 35% of deputies and staff would want the vaccine. In St. Lucie County, only half of employees responded, and of those, just 25% want the vaccine immediately. In Indian River County, just 15%, and in Palm Beach County, 36%.
They're risk takers. They're young cops that are not afraid of things.
A lot of law enforcement, a lot of folks that have been out there on the front line since March, they've already had it.
When we found out some of the reasons, it was obviously not based on science. It was just what they picked up off the internet, what somebody had told them.
It prompted Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw to get the vaccine to encourage his employees to follow suit.
I need to get the people on the road and the people in the jail that work there, I need to get them vaccinated for their own safety. We've had 3 people die of this.
Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flower says he will also get the vaccine when he's eligible.
I'll set the example for our folks, and hopefully they'll follow my lead.
But all local sheriffs tell me they will support the personal decisions their employees make. Florida Police Union President John Kazanjian was also shocked by the lack of interest.
Some are like, come on, guys, charge, let's go. And they're not behind me.
But he is still urging the governor to allow law enforcement officers to get the vaccine at the same priority as firefighters.
I said, what happened? How did we drop under the firefighters? It blew my mind. We need to be vaccinated. We are dealing with the worst of the worst, all right?
And the union president said if an officer does test positive for COVID-19 but refused the vaccine, they may have discussions about whether or not they would be eligible for workman's compensation. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
After being shut down by the pandemic, it will take a while for Miami-based Carnival Cruise Line to ramp up operations once it starts carrying paying passengers again.
We hope to have all of our ships operational by year end. Obviously, as I'm hoping what's happened so far in early 21 here is just a hangover from 2020.
Carnival CEO Arnold Donald says the company is retiring 19 ships across all of its brands as it looks to cut costs. The Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner's Office is investigating the death of a Florida doctor who died 2 weeks after receiving the Pfizer vaccine. Pfizer says it is aware of the death, calling it a highly unusual and severe case that they are monitoring. Yesterday, the superintendent, Ewayne Gent, accompanied by school board chairman Debbie Hawley, board member Jennifer Richardson, board member Jack Kelly, Tom Jones from the Education Foundation, and Dr. Kevin Perry, assistant to the superintendent, paid surprise visits to this year's finalists for Outstanding First-Year Teacher. Tyler Evans, a music teacher at Mariposa Elementary School, Jewel Edwards, a U.S. history teacher at Creative Arts of St. Lucie, and Alyssa Fairbrother, an English language arts and social studies teacher at River's Edge Elementary School, are the finalists who have the distinction of representing the school district at this year's Night of the Stars event. 2 of the finalists, Tyler Evans and Jewel Edwards, are graduates of St. Lucie Public Schools and were a part of the A Promise is a Promise program. The program was established to recognize future educators and provide them with guaranteed employment upon successful completion of a college degree that leads to teacher certification. Alabama is the national champion of college football after crushing Ohio State 52-24 at Hard Rock Stadium. Crimson Tide head coach Nick Saban now has 7 national championships, breaking a modern-era tie with the legendary Bear Bryant.
I think Coach Bryant is, sort of in a class of his own in terms of what he was able to accomplish, what his record is. And, he's the one that made Alabama and the tradition at Alabama a place where lots of players wanted to come.
Alabama finishes the season a perfect 13-0. Our news time is 8:48, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
I stepped into St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins, I figured it would just be one of my many stops on my road to the perfect engagement ring. My fiancée means the world to me, so I wanted something extra special. I found a huge selection of engagement rings at great prices, and my worry about finding the perfect engagement ring was quickly replaced with exceptional customer service. St. Lucie Jewelry's over 400 5-star reviews really told the story. I finally picked a ring, and it was perfect. She was floored. And then the tears came.
Hi, This is Hawk Levy, owner of St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We're now celebrating 26 years. Voted best diamond dealers, best jewelry buyers, and best jeweler year after year. Come celebrate with us in opening our third location at 1335 St. Lucie West Boulevard next to Publix. We invite you to take a tour of our competition, but then come see us last.
8:49 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers.
Well, and the traffic is still looking fine throughout St. Lucie County. You can expect a nice ride. Martin County, we're not seeing any accidents. Canner Highway looks good. U.S. Highway 1 clear at the moment, so are major streets. There's your latest look at traffic. But right now in Port St. Lucie, you might want to slow down. We got some rain showers and a cloudy sky in that area. 63 right now. In Santos, Brazil, this morning, it's 85. Ooh, here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines. Waking up this morning to temperatures in the 50s and 60s. A little light rainfall out there and cloudy conditions to start off the day. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s. A mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated showers possible for this afternoon. Tonight, lows in the upper 50s under mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, cloudy skies during the day, then scattered rainfall possible overnight as another front moves into the area. Thursday, morning rainfall, then clearing conditions throughout the day, highs in the upper 60s. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Unfortunately, in today's litigious society, too many Americans fail to have an effective estate plan and asset protection strategy. I'm attorney TJ Heineman, and I've been counseling families, businesses, and executives for 20 years. I can help you preserve your wealth, safeguard your assets, and protect your family. My law firm specializes in estate planning and administration, asset protection, corporate law, and real estate. For a free copy of my Family Estate Planning Survival Guide or a free consultation in my Palm City office, call me, TJ Heineman, at 888-5667.
Are you looking for your dream home on the Treasure Coast? I am Eileen Simons, a licensed realtor with eXp Realty. My team and I can help you find your dream home. I bring 20-plus years experience in the residential real estate market, helping both buyers and sellers achieve their dreams. Call me at 772-200-5105 or visit our website at mydreamhomeusa.com.
Hi, this is Denny Artachi, host of the Today with Denny show, where we talk about financial and healthy well-being from a common sense perspective. This is a show where we cover what's on your mind, like local, world, and entertainment news. So tune in, have fun, share your story Thursday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. on WSTU 1450 AM radio.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Earlier this morning, we played an audio clip of Why Are You Defriending Me or Unfriending Me? So a good friend of mine sent me a video of a dad and his little girl, 4-year-old Claire Ryan, singing You've Got a Friend in Me, so I want to play that.
This is You Got a Friend in Me. Yep.
Listen to this. This is so adorable.
Claire and
Dad. Little 4-year-old girl here.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
You can hear her singing very low.
When the road rough ahead and you're miles and miles from a nice warm bed. You just remember what your old pal said. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Let's see if she sings.
Girl, you got a friend in me.
I think she does.
This is the second verse. I'm doing the second verse. You got friends in me.
Oh, so cute.
You got a friend in me.
Oh, my.
You got
That was just so cute. My gosh.
We have a future singing star right there.
Wow, what a cutie patootie.
I thought she did rather well with that.
That was adorable.
And her dad has a pleasant voice, too.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That was pretty cute.
That's he's like strumming the guitar, sitting on the couch, the 4-year daughter sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
And how lovely. That
Definitely
was nice.
It was really, really sweet. So I have a few minutes left. So I thought, hold on one second. Our phones are ringing, so let's see who's on the line. Hi, good morning. You're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Oh, it's the old man down the road, Gary.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Gary's there, huh?
How you doing, old man?
Yeah, Gary's here.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Well, tell me, Gary, Edna, she got a nice picture of Bonnie hanging up in the Winnebago.
Why would Edna want to put up that
Yeah,
picture?
why did Edna put the picture up? That's what I want to know.
To remind her, to remind me that she's the only woman, but, we take a look at Bonnie and say, Edna looks the same way.
Oh, you mean that? Is that the way Edna used to look when she was younger? Is that it?
Yeah, used to. That's the big word.
Can you send me a picture of what she looks like now so I don't have to be worried for 20 years?
Yeah, Gary wants a picture of Edna.
You want a picture of Edna? Well, close your eyes.
Are you going to describe her?
Picture 20 years from now or 40. You'll see it.
Okay.
I'm taking Edna roller skating,
What?
That's a way to stay young. That's
roller
cool.
skating. Have you lost your marbles, or should I say lost your wheel bearings?
Well, Evan, don't you remember when you used to work at their skating rink years ago?
Yes, I know. You know half my life history. I used to manage a couple of skating rinks.
Were those happy days?
Those were great days.
Absolutely. Well, Edna said she wants me to do the hokey pokey so I can turn myself around.
Ho! Keep it clean now. Keep it clean. Don't talk about no hokey pokey on this show.
Well, you put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you turn yourself around.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure you're keeping it clean here. I thought you were talking about doing the hokey pokey or something,
That's Fredo's hokey pokey.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I get it. Okay, all right. So where are you off to today, old man?
I'm sitting outside of the WSTU radio station.
What? You're out in the parking lot with the Winnebago?
Yeah.
You're kidding me. Oh, no.
I made copies of Bonnie, so we're going to start selling them out on by Roosevelt Bridge.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. And how much are you selling the copies for?
Well, when Fredo and I made a deal, and Gary gets
15
after the cut, so they're about $50 a piece.
$50 a piece. So, Gary, that means you get 15%. 15%, that's $7.50 of each picture.
I think Gary should get half.
Well, the thing is that Edna's already sold about 200 because she just put out there saying, you want to look like this? And she put a big smile on her face. And said,
oh, my.
Wow.
Oh, my. All right. All right, we got to get going here. We're at the end of the show. So thank you for calling in and check in with us tomorrow, okay?
Okay, Gary, you take care of that little lady there now.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. Say goodnight. Say goodnight, old man.
Good night, old man.
Well, with that said, wow, 3 hours just blew by.
Yeah, and do you feel full now, Evan?
Me? I can't eat no more of that food. I'm done. I just had one helping. I wanted two, but I had one to stick to my diet because Dr. Tread would not like the fact of what I indulged in.
Oh, it's a good thing we didn't bring it in the day that Dr. Tread's coming in.
He is here today.
Oh, wait, he is.
Yeah, it's sitting out
I'm
there.
getting my days confused.
Hey, Gary, I really enjoyed having you, man.
I really enjoyed being here.
Thank you so much for getting up early and putting up with our shenanigans this morning. You're welcome to come sit in anytime you want, which just means I'll see you next January.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in with me, my love.
It's our pleasure. Just remember one thing. If you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside. Always remember that. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Bonnie, as always, it's my pleasure to have you as my co-host and my work wife.
Yeah, and just think, tomorrow is the official day.
Yes.
You will have been here 1 year. We're going to
Yep.
be celebrating
Yes,
again
we
tomorrow.
will. Phil's going to be in studio with us tomorrow, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.